All right, we live. We live. All right, man. First,
Already.
first, I want to appreciate you coming on the platform, man.
Yeah, ain't no thing, man.
All right, bro. Can you just introduce yourself to the panel? I mean, to the channel, so the brothers that might not know who you are can get accustomed to who you are.
Oh, already, man. Yeah, it's the boy Sucky D, man. Just a big time free thinker, problem solver extraordinaire, jack of all trades. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I just do what I do, man. I don't never really try anything. I just do it. So, yeah, we rocking heavy for the 2025. Like I said, it's your boy Sucky D. Holla at your boy.
All right, all right. You sound like you're from the South, man. What part of the South you from?
Ace Town, man. No side Ace Town.
Oh, you right around the corner from me,
Oh,
man.
what? Already.
Yeah, yeah. So, you seen my debate versus my debate discussion or whatever you want to call it versus what's the brother name? Ruben, right?
Oh, right, right. Okay, you was the one that was going against him. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I saw in when they say I mean, shoot, you want to get on the I mean, do you want to dive down that DNA hole?
Yeah,
Because y'all both dove down it, but where it pans out is at who has the most current accurate information. That's where the fight really is at. A lot of people don't really they be out here fighting, and I just be laughing at they weapons and offense because I'm like that's y'all don't even know that stuff is obsolete, it's irrelevant, it's miscellaneous. Yeah, you can throw that out, but they be holding on to a lot of that stuff. So you're saying they're coming from where? You was
Eu-
repping with the North, right? Europe,
Eurasia, Eurasia. So that whole area, Europe and Asia.
Europe and Asia. I mean, that would be on the. I guess on what that's on the second back migration. I'm guessing you're saying.
Well, those are
Y'all talking
multiple.
about the origins, or y'all talking about that haplogroup? Y'all was only talking about that certain DNA, wasn't y'all? Or no?
Well, I'm talking about the origin of ancient North Africans and modern North Africans. A lot of it is coming from Eurasia.
How you figure that one when the oldest fossils are in Morocco?
I get that. I'm
So
not
how you
disagreeing
gonna
with
say
that.
it's Europe then? How you gonna say Europe and Asia if you got it in Africa and Morocco?
Yeah, yeah, I get that. If you're talking 300,000 years ago, but I'm talking
You
about
ain't got no choice. I mean, what else you gonna go off of? You can't. So what
okay.
you gonna say for all the time gap in between? The
Yeah,
the, the
because
meantime in between time.
yeah, I get that those are older Homo sapiens. What I'm referring to is within the last 15,000 years. That's what we were discussing. When did they get
Oh,
back there?
y'all stopped at 15. I mean, that's kind of what like 15. I guess as far as the history it went. But you said you was driving 2021 sources, right?
2021, 2022, 2023, and I believe 2024.
Yeah. And that's what they're going off of. Well, and they're saying from the Levant, right?
Yeah, for the most part, that's coming from Southwest Asia, but you do see European integration as well.
But the origins are in Africa still, though, right?
What do you mean?
The origins of just of everything, mankind origins. Doesn't it
Yeah,
start
yeah.
in Africa, right?
Everything did
But
start
you're
off in
talking
Africa.
about right. But you're talking about at the 15,000 ceiling cap.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about that. So out of Africa, event happens. Then a group of Homo sapiens leave and go into Southwest Asia, go into Europe. Some make their way all the way to places like Australia. Then you got a
Right.
group. You got a group that they go out there and they create branches of humanity outside of Africa. And after they make these distinct family lines, some of those family lines come back to Africa. That's the non-African genetic component that I'm referring to. Some of
What
it came
year? What year is that? So what year is that supposed to be?
15,000 years ago.
So and that's when they're saying it happened.
That's one back migration. There's older back migrations, but the debate was centered around how old it was. My opponent was saying within the last 10,000 years, and I was saying 15,000 years.
Y'all was arguing over 5,000 years. Right. Y'all off the chain. I mean, it goes, and then what are y'all using the data? Yeah, and they're saying that they're using the blood, and y'all are going off the chromosomes, the Y chromosomes, and the haplogroups and all that.
Yes, because the Iberomarusians, their nuclear genome was sequenced. And when it was sequenced, majority of the DNA was what we call Eurasian. Only a third
That's
of it.
that's after the fact, though, right?
No, this is 15,000 years ago. The
And
Tafara culture.
don't the so the Abu Malaysian, that's the North Africa. That's well, you're
Morocco,
talking about Abu Malaysia. You're talking about Mauritania and Libu, right? And
Abu
then
Mar-
Iberian Peninsula.
I believe they're in Morocco, the Tafara culture.
Yeah, you're speaking about Berbers.
No. We're talking about the people that came before the Berbers. The
Which
Berbers
was
are
who?
pretty new, huh? The Tafara
Uh,
people.
the
Maybe I need.
Tafara, the Tafarik, the Tafar, the.
Can I just show you? That way we can not have any confusion
No,
here.
you're good. So, is there language off the hieroglyphs?
We don't have a written language from these people. There's no writing that we can trace back. This is too old. This is before writing. So let me share my screen so I can show you Tafarat in Morocco.
That's he said this is before writing. So, what are you getting? How are you getting this? Okay, so you're saying that these people were what or did what? Let me see what you got here.
In Morocco, Tafarat. This is where they found the fossils. Can you see? Do I need to blow it up?
Which fossils? Which ones?
The Iberomarusians.
Right,
They were
right,
found here.
right. You're all in North, yeah. And then there goes Spain right up there. Yeah, Portugal. You should know all this area. But
So those fossils are 15,000 years old, and when they did the genomic analysis of them, they discovered that they were highly Eurasian, 60% Eurasian, and their maternal markers were Eurasian, U6, which is European.
they pulled blood off of it. They got some. They was able to get the DNA off of it, off 15,000.
Yes. Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you don't need blood to get DNA. You can get it from bone. Like sometimes they get teeth.
But
They'll
once
pull
it's fossilized, and what did they use to date that with? I mean, but you're in Morocco though, so they're talking about 15,000 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, but you're talking about the Amazigh, the Tariq.
No, this is before them. These are the ancestors. These people come before your Amazigh, your Berbers.
I don't know how are you making that claim? Because as far as I know, the Berbers are before all of that.
Well, Berbers are not dated to the Pleistocene. We're in the Pleistocene going into the Mesolithic. Berbers come after that, during after the Neolithic. Berbers are actually they're like Middle Age people if you think about it.
No, I think okay. So just hold on. So your Berbers are more Morocco, right? You know that's mainly that's the Berber area, right?
I get that, but Berbers were not around, at least as we know them today. Now their ancestors were, but not them.
You do. Hold on. So do you know those Berbers have never moved? You know they've always been there, right?
Not necessarily.
So you saying all of Morocco was once invaded?
No, I'm not saying it was invaded.
Well, that's what I'm telling you.
I'm saying people migrate in and migrate out. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything about no invasion.
Well, okay. So if you're not talking invasion, then these people are inhabitants, right? They're indigenous.
Who? Yeah, they're indigenous.
Yeah,
they're indigenous to North Africa. But what I'm saying is, we're talking about two different time periods here. You're having a kind of anachronistic argument with me. I'm not saying that Berbers don't exist and they're not from North Africa. I'm saying during the time of the Tafarat, there were no Berbers, at least in the sense that we think of them today.
I'll break it down some more for you. What year are you referring? What is the year you're referring to? You're still at the 15,000?
Yes, 15,000 years ago.
Okay, I mean, so how are you gonna say? Are you saying Berbers aren't 15,000 years? Is what you're claiming?
No, they derive from a later haplogroup that comes, I think, 2-3,000 years ago. They're pretty new. They're pretty new people.
I don't know about that one when Egyptians and scrolls are writing about Berbers. Have you ever heard the Libyans? The Libu
Yeah,
Berbers?
yeah, but those writings are 3,000 years old. I'm trying to tell you, none of that stuff goes back to 15,000 years. We don't have
If
writings.
you Now, if you study what the writings was telling you, they would tell you that these people are predating all of that.
Mm,
Obviously, you haven't studied the writings, but
well,
yeah, I can show you in the writings, they're predating all. They're going before all that. And then, if you really wanted to go further more into it, with the since you're in Jabal Uru, you know they dated those the tools are the same tools that are Abu Marasia,
okay.
the Lobolos. So and this is even with your Stone Age 300,000. So from there even and they're still inhabitant to this stuff till this day. They're still in the caves. They never had to had to flee because they never been like conquered like that. They never was under that type of stress.
Okay.
But you're saying it's some other people when the blades and the tools and the and the history and the science is saying it's these people. Not to
No,
mention the language. And if you go off, so your people don't have no script.
no. The right. We don't have any evidence of writing.
They don't have no pyramids.
The Tavara people, no. We don't have any writing or anything like
Okay,
that.
well, I only focus on people that do like big stuff. Like if they not really doing anything in history, it's not really worth me even like kind of looking at. I try to look at the people that do a lot in history, not a little.
Well, we don't have recorded history past 5,000 years because there was no writing beyond
So you
5,000
got
years.
so okay, well, there's no writing because you got to people got to learn, right? You got to educate people. You got to come up with a system. It's a buku amount of stuff that goes into it before you have any of this.
Hmm.
And that's where a lot of people tend to like mess up and I guess tend to microwave things, but they're not taking into effect, counting that in that, you got to go before all that. We got to go before the mathematics. We got to go before the geometry. We got to go before the algebra. We definitely got to go before the Greek language, okay, and the Roman numerals. We got to go before all that. But just remember the people that was before that, all that, somebody knew about astrology, somebody knew about great mathematics. Some people are able to drop these pyramids in areas and link them up to the stars and stuff like that. Some people are masters of astrology. Remember, everybody came to Africa to learn. Everybody came to Egypt to learn the education, and in the
I don't know.
education,
I don't know about that, brother, but what all I was discussing was the difference between the Berbers and the Tafara people. They're
I would
related.
say that one the yeah. I mean, you're just talking about a different, not just yeah. I mean, but it's like I forgot how many Berber languages it is, but that's like it's an ancient language. So your people, what language do they speak? Your people.
We don't know. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Probably ancestral North African, which is an
But
language.
that's Berber. The North African language is Berber
No, 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 no,
predominantly,
no, no, no.
especially speaking of Morocco.
No, when you study people like Greenberg and those guys, they talk about an ancestral North African language. No one speaks that anymore. We don't know what that language sounded like or what it
Yeah,
was.
absolutely. No, I know what you're referring to is the Berber language, and the Berber language is like that's the Berber language is tricky. It's a language that because it's based off of hieroglyphs, the alphabet alone. But that's the ancient Berber. If you go into the modern day Berber, it's so tweaked out and so like spread across. I think it's like a few hundred different Berber languages or the way they tweak it. But a lot of stuff is based off the Berber language.
Yeah, but I think you misunderstanding what I'm trying to tell you. The language that was being spoken in ancient North Africa, we don't know what that language is. And Christopher Ehret classifies it as ancestral North African or ancient North African, one of them. And
Right. Yeah. Do you know what you're referring to? Do you
I
know what the
do,
indigenous North African gene is?
brother. I do. But what I'm trying to explain to you is before we move on to something else, is that one thing, we don't have a language for these ancient people. The language they spoke was probably an isolate or something that is not connected to Berber or any other known languages. These languages are new, bro.
You talking about some modern stuff? I mean, but everything is still a spinoff.
Berber is modern. What are we talking about here? Berber is pretty new. The language
Not
they
the
speak.
ancient Berber.
Okay, can you give me a site of source that talks about this ancient Berber language that you're talking about? And then maybe we can go from there. Give me some clarity.
Look up the Libu Berber scrolls, or look at the Libu Berber alphabet, and look at the parent languages.
And that's going to date back to ancient, like Pleistocene.
It's gonna go for now. See, you're talking about Egyptian and whatnot, right?
No, Pleistocene is a time period.
No, the Palestine. So what year is that you're referring to? Which one? What, 20,000, 25, 50, what?
So everything up to, I think, 12,000 years ago is Pleistocene. So,
okay.
And then
now you're playing with the numbers. You're playing with the numbers.
No, because the Tafra people lived in the Pleistocene. That's what I'm trying to tell you, going into the Mesolithic.
Right. Well, the Berbers, I mean, you're good and all that, but the Morocco people go back way further than all that. And they've never, like I said, they never changed. But, I mean, you can have your people that you're referring to. I'm pretty sure that if they're there, they speak the Berber. I'm pretty sure. Like,
I'm trying to say, there's no evidence in them speaking Berber. Berber is a pretty new language in regards to these people.
Modern day Berber is. Yeah, if you're speaking about it today.
There is no Berber language that goes back. Okay, let's start here. Where does the Berber language come from? What language family does it belong to?
It's the Afro-Asiatic.
Okay, so
you got this going now. Why don't you look it up? Let's go and put it on the screen and let's check it out.
All right.
Let's look up the ancient Berber language.
I will look up the family tree for the language first. Let me show that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, the top 5 main African languages.
No. I'm looking for the family tree so I can show you and the audience where does Berber come from.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So I'm loading this up. Here's a good dendrogram on it. So can you see that? You got Afro-Asiatic and then Berber and Chadic and all that splits off of it. Let me see if I can get you some dates for it. Are you still there?
Now you're reading the part. Are we reading the Berber breakdown?
Yeah, I'm giving you a dendrogram for where all these languages come from.
I'm just talking. I'm just you see the Berber language, right?
Yeah.
And you see what's all what all included into the Berber language, right?
Yes, sir. Now we're gonna get the
Now hold on, slow down. You see this one has the most, right? Well, let's just before you get to speeding off, let's just see so the Berber language has the most, or is kind of the most influential, correct?
I wouldn't say that, but okay.
How would you put it? What would you call it?
I think that's a moot point. What I'm trying to establish is the age of the Berber language and what family it came from. It came from Afro-Asiatic. Now, Afro-Asiatic itself, the parent language, maybe the ancestral language is old, but Berber is not that old, bro. That's what I'm trying to get you to see.
You're not at ancient. I mean, but then again, you're at Libu anyway. I mean, you don't know where you're at, but I know where you're at. You're in the beginning. You just don't see it.
Cool. So now I'm going to go to this website, mustgo.com. Just a quick reference on this. It says the oldest known Berber inscriptions date back to the 4th century BC, but Berber-speaking people have lived in North Africa since at least 3000 BC. So what do you got to say to that?
So they're telling you at least that as far as they know, right, these people been there.
Off the evidence.
And they haven't really moved. They never really had to move, correct?
No, listen to what the point is. The point is the age of the language. The language is not that old. It wouldn't go all the way back to the Taffarats. That's my whole point here.
As far as when they were able to get a hold of it.
Hmm. So
You're
you
in
have
North Africa. You're in North Africa 3000 BC, right?
say what
4th
you said?
century BC.
4th century BC is when we get the earliest inscription. And then the Berbers themselves go back at least 3000 BCE, according to the source there. I just gave a quick little Google source right there.
So, just slow down. Slow down. Hold on. So, so they're going off of Egyptian, Greek, and Roman sources. Then and the Berber comes from the Greek barbarians, yeah, which is goes, and then Berbers, and then you're gonna go to Tamazight, and you're talking about the Terra, which is it? What'd you say? Tuareg or Terra? Yeah, right. No,
No, it was the Taffarat.
the top one. Right, right.
Yeah. So
yeah, because they've been out it. They've been out it for a while. You've been barely scratching the surface.
So do you have let me see. You have evidence of it being older.
Let's look up go to your Egyptians to the scrolls and let's see what the scrolls say about the Berbers. Let's get some scroll sources.
Which one you want?
How old does the scrolls say the Berbers been around?
Give me that reference or literature and I'll pull it up. I got the ANAT, so I can pull up old.
Just say how long have Berbers been in Egypt?
You want me to Google that?
Right.
How long Berbers have been in Egypt? Okay. Says the same thing, 3000 BCE.
Okay, now look up go to the Lebu Berbers.
Lebu Berbers. We're an ancient tribe of Berber origin. And this is the tomb of Seti. So we're talking what, 3,000 years ago, maybe 3,500 years ago? I don't see how this is changing anything. I'm kind of trying to figure out where we're going here because my whole point was there's no way the Tafarat will be speaking a Berber language because the Berber language will have to come and develop later. And everything.
So everything these people are in the tombs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go a little deeper. Let's see what the scrolls say.
Give me the reference. I don't know what you're referring to. The tomb of Seti?
No, look up. Okay, let's see. Go to how old? How long have the Egyptians? How long have the Berbers been in Egypt? Let me see. Hold on.
So I just looked at
I mean, it's only gonna say 3,000 because that's as far as they go. That's as far as they know. But go type in "do Berbers go before history"? Do Berbers predate history?
So when I did that, the AI comes up. Berbers have been present in the region of Egypt, specifically in the western part of the country, for thousands of years, with evidence dating back to at least 3,000 BC, considered to be indigenous population of North Africa, before the arrival of other groups like the Arabs. That's what it says.
So they're telling you these people, okay, bet. So they're telling you these people been out here, right? And they're indigenous.
Yeah, I understand that. But what I'm trying to get down to the bottom of is how old the language the Berber speaking, Amazi, how old is that language? And I haven't seen.
If they're telling you that these people have always been here, they are indigenous to the land. They've always had this information. You still don't not understand how long they've been here. Obviously, they've been here for thousands of years, as it said, even when it says that they've been there for thousands of years, then it puts 3,000. You should be tacking on more thousands on top of that 3,000. They're letting you know these people are go way back. We just don't have nothing to catch it, but they go that far back.
Okay. What does that say right there?
Now you have five. Now you have five, so you don't move back a little bit now.
That's what 3000 BCE means, 5,000 years ago.
Well, we was at three now we're at five.
No, 3000 BC. You have to add 2,000 years to that because we're in the year 2024. So if you go to 3000 BCE, that's 5,000 years before present. So earliest we can get this language is 5,000 years ago. So it's about the same age as all of the Bantu languages.
You said the Bantu?
Yeah, Bantu's about 5,000 years old too.
Now you need to focus on your origins now. Are the Bantus and the Egyptian scrolls are they on the pyramids like that?
No, I'm not worried about. I was just bringing them up as a reference about how old these languages can be. So right now, all we know is Bantu or Amazi is about 5,000 years old, and the Tafra people existed 15,000 years ago. So
okay, you know what? Ask how long. Look up how long have the Berbers been in Morocco?
Okay. My point was the Tafra people would not have been speaking Berber.
That's okay, let's just see how long have the Berber people been in Morocco. How long have they been? Yeah.
And the Berber people been in Morocco. Let's see what it says. It says, according to historical records, Berbers, also known as Amazi people, have been present in Morocco for thousands of years, considered to be indigenous population of North Africa, with evidence suggesting their presence dating back at least 5,000 BC, making them one of the oldest inhabitants of the region.
Lease, right? Now they're telling you lease. We're getting they're saying lease now. That's just the least. Okay, that's just the least. But these people have always been here, right? Okay. And they're one of the oldest ones, correct?
Yeah.
All right, bet.
But you do understand my point still stands that the language, that's what we was arguing. The language that which they speak, known as Amazi, was not around 15,000 years. There's no evidence for that. So Tafra, there's no way they could have been speaking Amazi or Amazi derived language. That was my point.
You're talking about the Amazigh language. You're talking about the Amazigh?
Amazi is Berber.
Right, exactly. That's a Berber word.
Yeah.
These people have always been out there. What if the source says? Indigenous since obviously the beginning of the history, correct?
Beginning of what history? They've been there since 5,000 BCE. If we're going off what AI just said, yeah.
Off the whatever history that the AI's collected, I guess we just gonna have to go with that.
Yeah.
So what else do you need to hear? You want more?
No,
you want more?
No, I'm just saying that we have no proof of the Tafra speaking their language, the Amazi language. We have
how long had the Tafra been out there then? I think
I've been telling you. Okay.
15,000.
They've been there since 23,000 years ago. But the data, the skeletons that we got that we were able to get DNA from was dated to 15,000 years ago, way before there were Amazi language. So you can't speak something that don't exist yet. That's all.
It's not Amazon. The people. Okay. Well, I think you're getting hung up on a name change and some alphabets. Okay. So if you look up the indigenous North Africans, which have, like I said, they've been speaking Berber since hieroglyphic times, they're going to predate all your stuff. They're going to go back way past 15,000.
What?
I said the Berbers are.
You're saying the Berbers go past 15,000 years?
Yes, they go way past that.
What proof do you have of that?
Type in how long Berbers been living in caves. Or type in how long have the indigenous North Africans been in Morocco?
Yeah, but indigenous North Africans and Berbers are not mutually exclusive. Like I can give you
really?
I can give you the Keb population, for example, that's in North Africa as well.
So, okay, what you don't know is the indigenous North African gene is also the Berber gene.
I got
Now,
you.
if you know anything, okay, but go look it up though. Don't let's check it out. Don't be afraid to use the Google.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to conversate with you about this little issue that we're having. You're trying to make Berber people, which is a newer people. Yes, they descend from older people, but what we know as Berbers, the people, the Amazi, that doesn't come until later. They're not a Pleistocene people. They're post-Neolithic. And everything that we brought up, the 5,000 BC, the 3,000 BC, hey, whoever just tried to get on, come back on, I didn't see you. I've been looking at other stuff, and I'll bring you up. All these dates for their language and their culture to attest for them is way after the period I was talking about. So I don't understand why you're not getting that.
You're referring to some newer stuff. I'm referring to way older. Oh, what's that say? Oh, go back up. What's that say?
So the Berber tribes have deep historical roots in North and Sub-Saharan Africa, going back more than 20,000 years and predating the Arab conquest of the region.
Now, okay, so now you happy? So
No,
who's right now? So who's lying? Me or you?
I'm not lying.
Well, I said 20K, right? So I told you my Berbers predate your so you're at 15. I'm at 20. We agree on that, right?
No. This is the argument. The argument was that Berber people. First of all, that's a vacation website. Yeah, I know, but let them have it. The language that Tafara people were speaking was not Berber, because the language that we know as Berber or Amazi was not in existence back then. Not even 20,000 years ago or 15,000 years ago.
So you want to go? So you think that's the only source? You think that's all?
No. Listen to what I'm saying. I need evidence of the language being spoken back then. That's what I need evidence of.
Let's look it up. Say there's the Berber, ancient Berber language. Well, I mean, they already dated at 20K though. But does the ancient?
No, the Amazi language, we already brought that up, goes back 5,000 years.
Okay, but you also see Berber tribes go back 20,000.
Yeah, because it's talking about the ancestors of people what we know as Berbers. I already brought that up.
What are you? I'm telling you, Berbers. Period. You're the one steady trying to break them all down to all this extra, and I'm showing you that they go further back than all that.
All right, cool.
Right?
We're having a disconnect. Berber people exist today from older people, but their language, their culture, what we know as Amazi, is not 15,000 years old. It's not.
So they tell you Berber. You do know Amazigh is the Amazigh are Berbers, correct?
The Amazi are Berbers, yes.
So what are you telling? What are you saying?
What I'm saying for 1,000 times is that people that lived 15,000 years ago in Morocco was not speaking Berber. Berber or Amazi people is a later derived people that come later, and language and culture, that stuff comes later. So no evidence of it 15,000 years ago. None whatsoever.
But they are indigenous, correct?
Yes, they are.
Okay. All right.
Nothing to do with the language. Okay, so listen. My ancestors are indigenous to West and Central Africa, East Africa, right? And there's a multitude of languages there. That does not mean that the language that they speak today which is Bantu, was always present. Because if we go back past
Okay, slow
5,000 years,
down. Stop right there. How many Bantu languages are there?
there's a bunch of them. I don't know.
Okay then. So okay,
But
you know there's a. So
all of
hold on,
them,
wait.
hold on, wait,
Yeah.
stop. This is my point. All of them, the Proto-Bantu language does not go beyond 5,000 years ago. That's my point. So it would be ludicrous for me to say somebody lived 15,000 years spoke Bantu because of my ancestors being indigenous in that region. No, that doesn't make sense. The language
Do
didn't
you
go.
not know how language origins work?
Wait, that should be the question.
Regardless of what you're speaking, you're still speaking it.
No, you're not.
All this style of everything you're speaking still comes from the origins,
Okay, listen. We speak English, right?
which is right.
What family does it come from?
It's a broken pieces borrowed from a lot of different stuff. All languages borrow things.
It's Proto-Indo-European, right?
Okay.
All right. So just because we speak English now does not mean I can say, oh, well, 5,000 years ago somebody was speaking English. That's basically
If
what
you're
you're doing.
related to somebody that was speaking English, can I call you an Englishman, I guess, from 20,000 years? If you're related to one back then, even though the language is a little different today, that's called slang and a bunch of other things that they're using to modernize stuff. Are you still the same people, same person, or not the same person? I mean, of course, you're in a new day. Yeah, it's a different year, correct. And then not to mention after like things of influence and things like that, yeah, you're gonna have a few differences. But the same way as you said, Bantu has all buku amount of languages, so does the Berber. Now, not only did we see that how the Bantu language is, you also just looked at the language chart, and it showed that Berber language is getting busy. That Berber language is in a lot of stuff way more than all the rest. Now, that's probably what you need to be working out, trying to figure out is why this one has so much influence more than all the rest.
Non sequitur. I'm just saying, bro. 15,000 years ago, nobody was speaking Berber. That's just like saying 15,000 years ago, somebody was speaking a Proto-Indo-European language.
Okay, did it just make you feel better if I say just indigenous North Africans? Does that make you feel better?
What do you mean? Like, yeah,
We're speaking their language. We're speaking their dialect, I guess.
They were speaking whatever language that they had at that time.
And not to mention, you saw the source that said before the Arabs, correct?
Yes, sir.
So, and then do you know, like, okay, do you know your history well? Do you know about Mauritania? Do you know about Phoenicia? Do you know about all that stuff?
I know about the ancient Moroccans. I know about them.
You still gotta go like way before all that though. Like it's so much more you gotta do before you'll even begin to start like have a whole grasp on it. Like they're just buku in it. They're deep in a lot of stuff.
Okay. What does that have to do with what I've been talking about this whole time? The Tafarat people. They would not have.
I mean, if you talk about your Tafarat people, I guess if you're gonna say they're not, they don't speak. You don't know what language, and I just showed you just pulled up how many languages the Berbers helped out with, how many languages they got under their belt. Not to mention it's one of the top branches. It's the top branch tree. Like, come on, man, you're seeing it in real time. But for your language, and you're wondering where it's coming from, I'm pretty sure it's coming from them.
What?
You're saying you don't.
There's no Berber to come from. I think you keep missing the point. During the time of the Tafarats, there would not have been a Berber language, derived language for them to speak. It would not exist yet. That's my whole point. You keep missing it.
Okay, maybe because you wouldn't know about it, or maybe because they haven't. When you talk about stuff, especially in history, like I said, it takes time to build up these education systems. These people knew about it. Y'all don't know about it. They had to educate the rest of the world. Not everybody was educated. Not everybody was smart. Not everybody was able to just go out hunting, and not everybody was able to travel. Wasn't everybody able to? They weren't just thriving like that. Way back in the day, you got to remember, education had to spawn out first. People had the edge, and some people don't. And a lot of people had to teach everybody the most. One certain group of people did the most.
Who's that person? What certain purpose?
I don't know. I don't know. You tell me, bro. I don't know.
I wasn't bringing up. I didn't say make the claim. You made the claim, so I'm trying to find out who
I'm
you're
just
talking about.
saying. I mean, just off that quick glance off your little language chart right there, I can already see who's doing work in the community and who ain't.
What?
I'm just saying, like, if you see the breakdown and you see the contributions, follow the education, man. Follow the money. Follow the money, follow the education. That's all. Follow the language.
Okay. All right.
So Berber's a primary language, right?
Berber is a language family, or the Amazigh is a language family, yes. And people speak it
So
today.
that's a primary language that makes y'all's languages kitty languages compared to the parent language, because Berber is a parent language.
What? They don't.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
They don't speak at the base of Berber. They speak the sub branches of it, like someone just put in the chat.
Well, the breakdown, right? The spinoffs or the trickle down.
Yeah, which
Right. Yeah, and that's a book. That's a major, like I said, it's a major language, but it's super old and it's super difficult too. Though, like you don't like if you for real, I'll be 100 with you. If you just the studies on the Berber language and the ancient Berber scrolls alone, like they're barely just now cracking open that stuff, right? They're barely getting to it. They're barely getting to it, and it predates just about everything. Like, and they're barely getting to it. Plus, not to mention, if you want to break it down, like you said, it's buku amount of freaking languages. They done busted it down so many times.
Yeah, my point still stands. You do realize that, right?
You say your point what about you talking about? Because you're looking for Berber 50. You're talking about Berber 15,000 years ago. You're looking for English in Stone Age time. Right. When I say that, I mean we're still talking about the same people. That's why I kept telling you these people are indigenous.
Yeah, they are.
Right. Okay. Then. That's your point. My point.
From an older group of Africans.
Now say they had now, and then not to mention you got to remember in Africa they don't write stuff down. It's oral. It's all oral tradition. So they're telling you that these people are going back 15,000, 10,000, 5,000, 20,000, and that's only when they first kind of got a hold of it. When they first got educated enough to be able to say, okay, let's write something down to make history. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all aren't really grasping how history really works. History is really is more deeper and more so thought out than you think.
Right, so
you know.
Let's move on to this, brother. So the Berber people and the Tafarot people, right? Because we're talking about the ancient Tafarot people and the Berber people today. Do you know their haplogroups? Do you know their ancestry? So I brought that up earlier. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. The answer. What you mean the ancestry of the Berbers are your people? What? I know they got some ghost gene. I heard about that. I heard they got some ghost gene or whatever. Hold on, give me a second.
All right. Yeah, because I was bringing it up because we were talking about the Tafarot people, and you kept mentioning the Berber people. I was trying to tell you that there were a younger group of people that came in much later. And then that's how we got into this language discussion. And then we found out that the language is only 5,000 years old or whatever. So it's incompatible with the Tafarot people. So I want to now talk about the ancestry of the Berbers versus the older people known as the people in the Tafarot. So that's how I'm trying to progress this conversation because we're kind of just going in circles at this point. But anybody watching, the Berber haplogroup group is known as EM81. Let me see if I can get a tree on it. I already got a source popped up for it. And EM81 is not its older counterpart, well, the people that came before him in Tafarot. And that's why I was trying to explain them. And I believe EM81 comes into existence, I think 2,200 years ago. It's a pretty new haplogroup. I was trying to explain that to him, man.
Well, what you're getting is from like New Age. Got what you're getting. You're bringing in a New Age after the fact, after all of whatever little mixing they've been doing and whatnot, is what you're going off of, right?
No, I'm going off of their ancestry and when did their particular markers come into play. Which none of their the major Berber marker is not going to date back to 15,000 years ago. Let you know that these people, the Tafarots lived in a different time. They speak a different language. The haplogroups are different. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Okay, what year are you showing this haplogroup? what year is this article coming from?
Oh, well, it's from a book called Evolution, Origin, Life, Concepts, and Methods.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't pull out a book called what? Evolution, Concepts, and what?
Origin of Life.
No, you didn't try to pull out a haplogroup book, a novel, a haplogroup book as a source. Did you just literally try that?
Yes, because that's where we get information from, sources.
A book. You don't have a real scientific source or article. We should be able to look that up.
This is
a book. It's a learning book. It's a novel. It says concept.
It's a scientific book with scientific.
Oh my goodness! No, you didn't pull out a book. You brought a book to it. What year the book came out?
I believe this is 2021.
And who wrote it?
I can tell you here. Hold on. Get the author. Let me bookmark this so I don't lose my place.
Yeah, man. Yeah, boy, y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. Let me see who wrote that. Who we got up out here?
This is the editor that composed it. Oh, it's 2019. 2019. I said 2021.
Good. Hey, let me hop out and come right back in. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
All right, go ahead. It's Springer too, so certified, bro. Certified source. Hey, and within the book, it cites multiple scientific articles. You go to my damn bookmarks. My annotations. Hold on. Get back to where I was. I guess we can't use books no more. Brother said, "You pulled a book?" Yeah, it's a book about science. Where's my hold on, y'all. I gotta find my damn place. There it is. So if anybody knows about the Berbers, most of them have, like what we're about to read is EM81. And this is a very young haplogroup. It's all about to try to, explain to this brother, man. Go to this page here. Go here. Look. What does it say right there? The TMRCA of EM183 reaches approximately 3,000 years ago. So, I mean, it's a very young haplogroup. These people are very young people. And I wanted him to understand this because when we're talking about Taufarot at this time, EM183 did not exist. That's what I was trying to tell him, man. So we're waiting on my brother to come back. Maybe he comes back. I don't know. But anybody's welcome to come on. I want to have a discussion and pick his brain, see where he's at, see what topics he knew about. And then we ended up arguing about language and his hypothetical language. Let me read some of these comments real quick. Palermo said, please post a lady at all 2019 paper supplement for a PCA chart for this guy. He got mad about a book. He got a problem with a book written. It's a Springer book. Yeah. This is solid, man. I don't use no pseudo sources. That's a solid source. So, I mean, Berber, I'm trying to explain this, brother. They're pretty new people, but anyway, hopefully he comes back, man. Let me see if I can find something on YouTube dealing with the Berber origin, Berber language. Let me see. Pull it up while I wait on him to come back. Hey, some of y'all, man, y'all be calling me mean. I was looking at some of the comments, man. Something wrong with y'all, man. Something is wrong with y'all. me see. I wish Avery was here. He'll break all them damn languages down. It take me a minute because I got to pull all the references and shit up. He know that shit like the back of his hand. Origin. Urban language. He should have, brother, ain't popping. Oh, there he is. All right, bro. You made it back.
Yeah, what you mean I ain't popping? Shoot. Now let's get on this stuff. Nah, you done brought a book now. Now where you at? Let's see where you at now. You can't be bringing novels to no dang to the real information stuff.
So you're saying this is not real information on the screen here?
Let me see. Let me check it out.
It's telling you the age of the Berber marker, which is EM81, EM183. And it says the TMRCA of EM183 is approximately 3,000 years ago. So the haplogroup that these people derive from is fairly new. That's what I was trying to tell you at the beginning. So we can't really compare these people to the Tafarot.
That's when they hold on, whoa. So you're claiming, okay. So you're saying, and this is the book, right?
Yes, sir. Do you want the actual paper?
Hold on, wait. Okay, so you're pulling from, let me see. It's also saying the fact that monsters subclass of Peterson. So around 2017, 2004, 2013, 1997. Let me see. The rest groups in 2016. Origin. Study in 2004. Okay, where you? Okay, now. So you know what you're referring to, right? What this is referring to?
Yes, I do.
This is referring to the DNA change, right? So that's when they claim it got a change, correct? Or when they first titled it or labeled it. That's what you're referring to?
I'm referring to the haplogroup that most Amazi people have when it came into fruition. That haplogroup was born about 3,000 years ago. Some people say 2,200 years ago. It's fairly new. That was my point.
Well, yeah, that's because they just now messing with it. You're saying it's new. What are you just okay? You got these other articles on here, right? So, like I said, you're jumping around. You had 2014, you had 2013, you had 2004, you had 2016, you had 2004, 2017. So you're all over the place with these haplogroups, correct? Where you're pulling your information, correct?
Yes, the book cites several sources. That means it's a good book. It's not going on.
Okay, and you're trying to pass it off like it's a real source because it's pulled some stuff in front of you, and then you want to try to present it like it's something real deal. You got to compilate all these and show me a science article proving all this, not a novel book. This is a scientist. This is a concept. This is what he thinks. That's why they got to pull all this stuff to give you this information. He pulling, and then not to mention, you know what's even worse? The fact that he pulling from 2004 and pulling from 2007 when you know everything before 2016 is wrong. You ain't even got no business pulling from 07 and 04.
Cool.
That's all accurate. So if he's using that to study,
listen, he's bringing all these sources together because they all pretty much say the same thing about this haplogroup.
Let me check his credentials real quick. Now that I know he's pulling this crap from all over, trying to make it look pretty. Now let's see, 1997. Boy, what the hell? And then 2013, 2000. Are you serious? You wrote this out here? You gotta be smart. And wasn't you the one talking about current information?
Yeah.
And then you pull out a book. You can't even get the real science facts, the real science results, the real science tests, a real scientist telling us this stuff you're referring to, besides a book that's compilated from all these people, from all these different time frames. So what are he doing? 07?
He's citing scientists. Posnick
and
all of the scientists.
Right. Okay. Oh, so he's a science pusher. Okay, let me get it. What's his credentials? Let's look up his resume. Do you know his resume?
No, I don't know the particular
Okay,
resume.
let's check his credentials. Let's check his credentials now. This guy
Uh,
isn't a geneticist
it's a
or a
loophole because
DNA.
he's citing geneticists. Posnick is a geneticist.
What school? Or what?
Type in Posnick and then look up his credentials.
What's it say?
Oh damn! I gotta do all of it, huh? All right, I
You
got
got
you.
you were just holding up this freaking source like it's supposed to be fire, and it's just a theory, just a concept.
It's not theory. It's not theory. They tested the people. They tested the people known as the Almazee, and that's what their DNA revealed. That had nothing to do with a theory. That's a concrete fact, bro.
Then the book is titled Concepts, right?
Yeah, because it deals with concepts. But what we're reading
So
right
what's
now.
the concept?
Oh my god, you playing semantics, brother?
I'm playing semantics now.
You are.
How am I playing semantics? You pull out a book that's talking about concepts. Did you know why it's a concept? Because in 2004 they couldn't test that stuff right. Guess what? In 2007 they couldn't test that stuff right. That's why you're in concepts right now.
No, that's not why it says concepts, brother.
Okay.
Why are we doing this? Why?
Because I mean, if so, let's just go by your logic. So if your logic is saying that, and the oldest bones are where now?
The Tafarat, 15,000 years ago in Morocco.
They're in Morocco.
Yeah.
And those people are indigenous, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then what more do we need to hear?
No, I was just showing you when their particular haplogroup came on the scene.
You can't use this as that. This don't give you no. This ain't really validated. Is this fact? Is this science law? This is articles pulled.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is. It's a fact.
Then you should be able to pull up the fact. Then show us the thing that's saying exactly what you're saying.
Okay.
I pulled out 20 out my ass, right? You was talking all that noise. You was all 5 this, 5 that, 3 this, 3 that. There ain't nothing but 2,000 years. I squeezed out a 20 piece. Just enough to beat your 15. Now, I need you to show me. Yes.
Brother, you didn't prove that Tafarat people were speaking Berber. That's what we were arguing. What are we losing track of what we were talking about?
I'm telling you, all these people are Berber people. Like, they got Berber interactions. They're Berbers. These people have been Berbers since the beginning of way back. Like, you're saying they're that, but they're Berbers. The language is all Berber.
You see on the screen?
Okay, secrets reveal extremely recent origin of the most common North African paternal lineage.
EN 183.
Okay, let me see.
This is what the book was talking about. Here's all the geneticists that are involved with this article. These are
scientific reports. Let's see.
Let's read the abstract, which is a summation of the paper. Let's read it. EM 183, EM 81 is the most frequent paternal lineage in North Africa, and thus it must be considered to explore past historical and demographical processes.
What's that mean?
What demographical processes is the study of.
What's it mean, explore? What does it mean, explore past historical and demographical? What does that mean?
I just told you, demographical processes is pretty much the migratory history of the people.
Yeah, because you're skipping the first part. Past, it says consent. Okay, hold on. Africa is thus. It must be considered to explore past historical and demographic processes.
Yes.
Right, correct?
Yes, I just said the study of the migration of the people. That's what it's telling
you. Now, so what is, okay, hold on, wait. So it reads that we should consider to explore past historical. So when they say past historical, what exactly does that mean?
Past historical and demographical processes. They're migratory movements.
What is that? They're just movements. That's all they are.
Yes.
When they tell you past historical, what does that mean? What does historical mean? What does it mean? What if I tell you I got to check you out past historical?
Past historical means in the past, where these people were in the past, where were they moving, where they come from. That's what this sentence is saying.
Okay,
Now
but it's
let's move
past
on. Hold on.
historical.
Let's
Hold,
move on and read the rest of it.
hold on, hold on, wait, slow down real quick. Just let me break it down for you because you're missing it. So when
Okay.
they say past historical, that means they got to look before history. That means before history's history, these people have history. You just don't know what history is because
That's not
history
what
wasn't invented back then. These people have past historical. We got to look past history to see what's up with these people. We got to look before demographical processes because these people predate all of that. That's
that's not
what
what
it's telling you in that one sentence, right?
that's not what it's saying.
Okay, that's not what it's saying. Okay, let's keep going.
It's just
Hereby
saying
you.
in the past historical and demographical processes, the study of how these people move, where they came from. Now let's read on.
No, it says
Let
thus
me
it
finish.
must be considered, as in they're still doing research, correct?
Stop making me laugh, bro. Let me finish reading, bro.
Am I tripping? I just want to okay, bet. I just want to make sure I'm not tripping, right? I just want tell me I'm not tripping. It's saying consider to explore, right? That means they need to consider. They need to look deeper into it, right? Is what they're claiming, right?
Thus, it must be considered, yes, about their past
In
historical
the
and
article, okay,
demographic.
bet. I'm cool with that. All
Let
right,
me
bet.
read.
Go
Let me
ahead.
read
You
on.
got it, brother. Go okay.
Hereby using the Y chromosome sequences from 32 North African individuals, we've identified 5 new branches within the EM183. The validation of these variants in more than 200 North African samples, from which we also have information of 13 YSTRs, have revealed a strong resemblance among EM183 YSTR haplotypes that pointed to a rapid expansion of this haplogroup. Moreover, for the first time by using the SNP and STR data,
Hold on,
we have
stop right there. You gone too far. Hold on, let's break it down. Let's break down the last two sentences because you cooking now. Now you cooking. All right. So first off, we use 32 motherfuckers. So we use one school bus worth of a team of football players to test.
it's called
That's it.
sample size. It's called a sample
Right.
size. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we simplified, and then we shot to 200. Right. So first we grabbed 32, and they was identified as a branch within. So and then the variance in more than 200 North African samples. So variance. So this. So as in family tree, relatives, cousins, knockoffs. Just all kin, but just branches off, big branches, way far out branches, way down the line. Right? Correct. Can we agree with that?
No, it's not saying that. What it's saying is for this test, they used the Y chromosomes of 32 North African individuals. And within those 32 African individuals, they found 5 new branches of EM183. That's what it's
Okay.
saying.
And
And
then
so
what?
the validate these variants, what variants? The 5 new branches is in more than 200 North African samples. That's what it's saying. But let's keep reading because there's a point I'm trying to get to. It says
So they
here,
found new variants, and then that was a 200 across. Okay, so all right, keep going.
all right, so this is the point I wanted to bring out from this paper because it's saying the same thing the book says. It says, moreover, for the first time, by using SNP and STR data, we have provided updated estimates of the times to the most recent common ancestor 2 to 3,000 years ago. That was my point. That's what I want to bring out from this paper because you wanted a paper. I gave you a paper. It's the paper saying the
From
branches.
from a new from your new from the modern you're from a modern
Yeah, so most of these North Africans come from this 2 to 3,000-year-old ancestor. Can we agree there?
okay.
That was my point. So there's no way they could have existed alongside the Tafarat speaking their language and their culture, whatever. These are new people.
This is an estimation. It's a book. You don't even know how what they. Let's keep reading. And it's talking about rapid expansion, right? Let me see. Provided most estimates, updated estimates. Okay, hold on. We provided updated estimates the times of most recent common ancestors for the EM, which advanced. So they're giving you an estimate of when it mixed, or I guess when it cross mixed, or when it mixed up some more. That's what
No,
you're happy about?
no, it's not. It's the most recent common ancestor. That's what TMRCA for EM183. They basically give you a date of when this most recent common ancestor came on the scene.
Estimate. Estimate.
It says, which evidenced an extremely recent origin of this haplogroup, which is 2 to 3,000 years ago. So whatever ancestor that this mutation arose in, it happened 2 to 3,000 years ago.
No, the mix. Yeah, it's talking about the mix.
It's not talking about a mix, bro. It's talking about the male line of what we call Amazi. Most of these people descend from somebody 2 to 3,000 years ago.
And you got the divergence, right? You got different variants of it, correct?
What are you talking
So it
about?
mutated, and then you just got mixing. What you're talking about is strict mixing after the fact. And they're trying to give you something like it's something like hot or something. Just because they say 2 to 3,000, yeah, because that's when you're writing and all, a lot of that stuff. That's when you're getting your education and things like that. They're just trying to put a time step on it. Plus, it's an estimate. How much you want for an estimate?
Yeah, that's how much I got for the estimate. 2 to 3,000 years ago. Most
Okay, well, I don't pay for estimates. I pay for results, not estimates.
That is the result.
They took 32 people and then they mixed it in, then they jumped to another 200, right? Yeah, that's a light little study. That's a super small test. And then they told you that there's 5 different divergences of that.
So are you saying that
just from the 32, right?
So are you saying that majority of Amazi people don't descend from this haplogroup? Is that what you're saying? Because I'm kind of lost.
I'm telling you. You're still stuck in this book that's not even accurate. That's not even, like, nothing's factual in this book. They're just giving you estimates.
Exactly what the paper says. The book says exactly what the paper says, and you're saying the book is not factual.
You're giving estimate. Is an estimate a fact? Yes or no?
Yes, this is a fact.
I said, is an estimate a fact? Yes or no?
The data that you see on the screen is a fact. The haplogroup
that you pulled from 2004, 07, 09, 07, all over the place, and then you made this pretty little presentation, was just to give us another estimate.
I didn't make it. I'm reading it from a scientific article.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people. Your article. I'm poking fun at your article right now.
Okay.
So, okay, hold on. So, okay, in this article, what year did this thing come out? What, 2021 you said?
This was 2017. This paper is 2017.
Oh, this is 2017. Oh yeah, you out of there. You tripping. No, I wouldn't run with it. You at least need 2016, 17, 18.
This is 2017.
Well, 2017. See, they just found the stuff in 2016, so they had to redo all the stuff. You ain't really accurate to like 2020.
What?
But like I said, you're going off an estimate anyways. But I don't know how you're so lost up about it. I mean, you already read these people are indigenous, so what more do you need to hear?
No, my whole point was the Berbers that we see today, the Amazi people today, are a very new branch of the human tree, family tree.
That's after the Arab is what you're referring. You're referring to them after the Arab. When they say after the Arab invasion.
No, this is before 3,000 years ago. That's not the Arab invasion. The Arabs, quote unquote, the Arabic expansion that you're referring to happens in the CE, in the Common Era.
I mean, it don't even matter. You're still talking about. You was referring to that. That is supposedly referring to a mutation, right?
Mutation.
Isn't that what it said? It said it mutated, right? That was when it mutated, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what was it before that? How long was it around before that?
The ancestors.
You don't have.
They were there.
You don't have the information for that? Yeah, it would be nice. Yeah, let's get it. I thought we came to build. Now we cooking. Right, so we can go there. That's what we here for, brother. The iron sharpen iron.
All right, so let me log into my family tree so I can use that glow too.
I love a good article.
Oh no, I can't tell, man. you bucking up against the articles, bro.
I'm bucking up. No, how am I bucking up with them? I'm breaking your article down. I don't buck it up. I just critique it. But I mean, I know how to read it.
No, I'm saying you bucking up against it. I said you bucking up against it.
Yeah, man, we got to iron them out, man. You know what I'm saying? We can't just give them the A. We can't give them the easy A. We got to put it through the test, put it through the ringer.
Okay, so EM 183. Let me get you. So EM 81 comes from EL 19. Can you see that? Hold on.
Well, go to work. You the haplogroup expert.
Yeah, EL 19, which is dated to about 12,000 BCE. That's the haplogroup that it came from.
And if I be like you and be like, well, we in 2000, so that put us at about 1400 years. That put us only 1,000 away from y'all now, right?
Yeah, no one's saying EL 19 didn't exist back then. I said from the beginning of this conversation, the ancestors of who we call Berbers today existed during that time.
Oh, okay. Well, you bet, smart man. There you go. Yeah,
the Berbers as we know them today did not.
yeah. You ain't they ain't your daddy. It's been a few years and went by.
That's what I've been trying to explain to you this whole time, bro. Come on, man.
I mean, they still the people, man. They still our ancestors, right? Our great relatives, correct?
Who?
At least according to the information.
No, these not my ancestors.
If they're predating everything, if they're putting language on a lot of stuff, if they're indigenous there always, and everybody else been what they call that, terrorized by slavery and whatnot. Falling down out of here.
Yeah, it's raining.
It rained. Yes, right now. Yeah, I'm in Humble.
Oh, okay. You all the way up there, but no. I don't.
Well, let me check. So what you got here?
I can show you my DNA. I don't descend from these people. I descend from E1B1A carriers. These are E1B1B carriers.
I mean, regardless how you gonna cut the pie, man, the oldest fossils are where. So we still know it's gonna come back sooner or later. It's gonna smack dab over there.
I don't descend from Berbers, bro, or the ancestors of Berbers. I don't descend from them.
Who do you descend from?
I descend from Western Central Africans, East Africans, and Arabians, which don't have that marker right there. They have
Arabians.
Yes, sir.
So would you say the Arabia and the Berbers might have some ties?
Not the Arabians I descend from.
Okay, all right, brother. That's what you want to go with. That's fine with me.
I can show you on the screen.
I mean, I believe you, brother. It's all good, man.
We don't descend from them people, man. Or I don't know your DNA. You might be a Berber. What's your DNA? Have you taken your DNA?
Bruh, look here, man. if the oldest stuff is where, we still know everybody else is just going to be a divergent spinoff of the, chip off the block. That's how it goes, man.
Okay. But when you claim descent from someone, you're saying you come from them. Meaning they had sex with a woman, they produced a child, that child had sex with a woman, produced a child, and so on and so forth until we get to the modern era. And I can't make that claim because I know my DNA don't match a Berber haplogroup. Now you can take your DNA test and maybe your DNA matches a Berber haplogroup. Mine doesn't.
A Berber haplogroup. That's funny. I mean, if you whatever that I told you gonna use a book to tell you that, or you gonna use a test? Where you went to do that at? Planned Parenthood? Where you got this test at? Ancestry.com.
Family Tree DNA is a good website. Take your DNA test, bro.
Family Tree DNA. I guess they got all the ancient history.
What city is the office located in?
You say what?
Family Tree DNA is located where?
I don't know. You tell me.
They right in Houston, bro. So if you take your test, they're gonna get your kit right now. They're gonna be able to sequence your shit in like a month.
You silly. If I ain't about to get no Indian money, I don't care. If they ain't about to cut me no tribal check, I ain't worried about none of that.
Take your DNA test. We're gonna see if it go back to these Berber people.
Bro, you know they doing this. This is off their classification. On top of that, right?
What do you mean? If you descend from somebody, you should share the same haplogroup as them. Because what you're
You
saying
say
is, if you're saying that that's your dad, that's what you're saying. These people are your ancient daddies. Then you should share the same Y chromosome. Because that Y
you
chromosome,
think they was able to pull? You think they was able to pull a Y chromosome off a 300,000-year-old fossil?
there was no haplogroup E 300,000 years ago. So that's irrelevant.
So it's wow, it's irrelevant.
It
That's
is.
a good answer.
It is. It is irrelevant.
I'm glad you know that. Remember that. Stick with that. Just know that
But
stuff is irrelevant.
if you're saying if I say that I share ancestry with a group, then I must share DNA with them because that shows that we show ancestry. We share ancestry. Because how
No.
do you inherit DNA? Through the act of sexual reproduction. When your mother
Well,
got
you
with
got to
your
be on a
father,
family tree,
that's what I'm telling you. That's
and you
exactly
got a
what,
whole book. And how many different or what all's in you? Is it just one, or is it a lot of stuff?
what do you mean?
How many different things are in you? You said you're this and you're that. What all is it?
Oh, my ancestry, I'll show you. I've had to show you.
Let's go to it. You got any Spanish or Latin in you?
Check it out, bro. This is my male ancestry. This is my male ancestry.
Your male ancestry.
Yep. So I got my haplogroup derives from this Arabian haplogroup here. I got some East African ancestry over here. Got some Western
Okay,
Central.
slow down, slow down. Who's ruling that? Who was in control of that Arabian area?
I don't know. This was 1850 BCE.
Okay,
So
so now 1850 BC. So you're in the okay. Well, that would be you're in like Egyptian times, right? Nubia, Kush.
yeah.
Okay, so so that puts you in Egypt, right? A little
No,
bit close
you know,
to it.
close
You
to
could
it's
jump
in that
across the street. It's right across the river, ain't it?
it's around that area, yes. It is. But what I'm just trying to show you is my ancestry has been all over Western Central, East Africa, and Arabia.
Okay, so if my
My
people
real
are predating all this stuff, don't you think they would have been out there in that? Don't you think they would have been handling stuff in that area?
You
It's just the
notice,
information. It's just the classification things you just don't know about because that's just how they picking it up and how they present it.
but you notice my ancestry is not in Berber regions, it's not in Morocco, it's not in Tunisia, it's not up here. It's over here.
You in Mali,
Oh, okay. Well, Mali, that's my
yeah,
ancestor.
but you in Sudan and you in a little bit,
Look,
and
look,
you
look,
in like
look how
you
old
in
that is.
Saudi.
Look how old it is in Mali. This is 14,000 BCE. That's 16,000 years ago.
They got
Yep.
you at 14,000 BCE.
My ancestor that would have been around in Mali that is saying it's projecting to be in Mali.
Okay, now who was running Mali?
I don't know who was running Mali 16,000 years ago. We don't have no written
You
records.
heard of Mansa Musa, correct?
No, bro. Mansa Musa is a common era king. He existed in the Middle Ages. We're talking about 16,000 years ago, 14,000 BCE. That's long before he ever existed.
As your time frame would say.
Huh?
I said, as your time frame would say. As yours is going off of because it's going off of that little thing. I mean, because they ain't got bodies of all them people. Let me see this. Let me look at this a little more. Scientific details. Match time. Tracker. So what I'll show the people, what is it showing? It's just Ethiopia, South Sudan. You all up in North Africa, bro.
My ancestry, yes.
Yeah, like what you talking about? You right up under Libya.
Yeah.
And you right up under Mauritania too.
Can I
So
show you?
what do you know about Mauritania? So you're on your map is showing Mauritania and showing Libya.
Yeah, it is. It's showing Libya. I mean, this is Niger.
So if it's showing you Mauritania, you know who ran that, right? And you're right up on the yeah. You all up in the mix, dog. Boy, you don't even know it. You don't even know it.
Man, there's no. I looked up. There, going back to what y'all was saying about the kingdom of Mali 16,000 years ago. Yeah, bro. Silk, you getting cooked right now. I'm just letting you know that right now. I'm letting you
We
know that.
said Mansa Musa, fool. We ain't say nothing about
Yeah,
being
but
1,600 years ago. And then if you really want, I mean, like I said,
didn't
I
you
could play
just
some
say?
number
Didn't the
games
brother
with you,
just
but
say?
it'd
Didn't
be
the brother just say 16,000 years ago? Because
Yeah.
Mansa Musa was born 1280.
okay.
Is,
And
is that
and
is
what
that
is he?
16,000? Is that 16,000 years ago?
I'm just talking about the
But
area. I'm just
anyway,
talking about you, the big names in the area. I'm just if you don't know, like I said, if you're not focused on history, you're gonna be lost. Who was running things in Mali, Jalen? Who the biggest
let's
name
see.
out of Mali?
Let's see. Nareg Mahan Kante, Kanate, some shit like that. The very first ruler of the Mali Empire.
That's sad. Now, who's the richest?
But you mean
It's
Have
irrelevant.
y'all ever heard of
that's
Mansa
irrelevant.
Musa?
That's
Have you ever
irrelevant
heard of
because
Mansa Musa?
wait a minute, because you're gonna say Mansa
Have you
Musa.
ever
That's
heard of
irrelevant
Mansa
because
Musa?
the person I just named was the great grandfather of Mansa Musa. Great
But
grandfather. I'm
Mansa Musa
sorry.
was the richest, right?
They all, bro, all that shit was handed down. Yeah,
Nah, because he
because
was more
he
globally.
didn't start the Malian Empire, fool. That shit was passed down.
So the Mali, so all these
Hold on,
empires been going on, right? So are you
hold on,
saying they're indigenous?
bro. We're staying on what we talked about. We're talking about that Mansa Musa did not establish the Malian Empire. He was not.
I
Then
didn't
you
say
brought
he
up,
established the Mali
then you
Empire.
brought
I'm
up the
saying
riches. Then you brought up the
what
riches. Then you brought up the
is he not the
riches.
richest guy?
That
Was
money was
Mansa
passed
Musa not
down.
the richest ever?
That money was passed down.
Okay, so the money been passed. So the money was passed down. So the money been out there, correct? So they been had
Yes,
riches.
bro. Africa is abundant with gold, bro. It's just certain parts of Africa has more gold than the other, but Africa as a whole is full of gold. We all know this. This is bro, this is third grade history.
How are you gonna say that when Mansa Musa still had the most and nobody's even been able to outdo that?
Nigga,
You got to quit lying, Jalen. Stop
where
telling
did I
lies.
lie? Where did I
Just
lie?
stop. You're
Where
lying.
did I lie? Where did I lie?
Mansa
Because
Musa's
like
the
I said,
richest. He's still the richest man to this day. Like,
listen to
what are
what
you
you
talking
said.
about?
You try to sit there and say that Mansa Musa was around
No, I'm
16,000
telling you
years
how
ago.
history
That's the
works. Okay,
lie.
I'm trying to show
That's
you.
the
Follow the
lie.
money.
That's the lie. You try to sit there and say that Mansa Musa was around 16,000 years ago. That's a lie. If
Do you
anybody's gonna
even
lie,
know? So, in 16,000 years ago, huh? That's where you want to go.
that's what you
And
said. You literally said
what
Mansa
time
Musa
frame are you
reigned
going off of?
16,000 years ago. When I just came on and said that he was born in 1280.
Jalen, I could easily go to
Okay, man.
Ethiopia and smack you up with some
Man,
dates.
you can't smack shit.
That's how your
Trash.
tongue is all. That's how
Trash.
we know
I
you
don't even
don't
know
really
why
know
you
what
on
you're talking
this
about
man live wasting this man time.
because your times are off. You don't even know what time frame you're going
How?
off
My
of.
times are off. If bro, 16,000 years ago, bro. That's BCE. That's far. That's in the B. That's BCE. Mansa Musa was born in the Common Era. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just like that bullshit with that House of Wisdom bullshit that you keep fucking spewing. Common Era.
what? Common era.
That's Common
Okay.
Era.
Anyways,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
let the
Anyway, keep
scholars get
going,
back
bro.
to
You
it.
dumb as hell. You just on here saying stuff,
So
bro.
you're at 1600. Okay. So you're happy about
16,000. When
that?
he said 16,000, he didn't say 1,600 years ago. He said 16,000. You gotta
Oh,
listen.
okay. 16,000.
Monster Musa was around
But we
16,000
touched that.
years
But we
ago.
touched that with 20. But we already beat that with the 20.
Bro, you
All right,
doing
man. All
that
right, bro.
again?
Hey, you know what? You just need to give me an aneurysm, bro. He pissing me off.
Dog, why are you on here crying, man? Don't nobody want to hear all that whining, Jalen. If you can't
Man,
come with
don't
no real
nobody
information,
whine,
dog, just
bro.
get off the panel.
Stop that wavy dick sucking tactic, bro. Go on somewhere.
You want to go hear some
Go
talk
on
about
somewhere. Go
mystics, some
on
more
somewhere, bro.
mythology, fairy
Go on
tales?
somewhere, bro. Go on somewhere with that wavy
Dog,
bullshit tactic.
don't nobody even want you on the panel,
Go on
Jalen. They
somewhere,
trying to
bro.
talk to me. Nobody trying to talk to you, Jalen. Why are you even
What
on
you
here?
call him? Because you got blown out the water. Because you literally tried to sit there and say on
We're
live. You
having a
got to record it.
discussion,
You tried
Jalen.
to sit there
Why
and say
are
that
you on
Mali
here?
was
We're having
running.
a
You tried to
discussion.
say that Mansa Musa was running Mali.
Who is trying to talk to you, Jalen? Nobody. We're having a
Nigga,
grown
he
man
invited me
conversation.
on
You
here. I
too
can talk
small.
whatever, nigga. Is this your channel? Is this yours?
He invited me on this channel. What you
Yeah, he
mean?
invited me on here.
To talk to me.
I'm,
Did he
I'm
invite you? How many invites did you get?
I let the brother up. I let the brother up, man.
Thank you. What are you talking about?
We got decorum, bro. Let's chop it up.
No, I said, did he invite? Did you invite? Like you invited me? Did you tell him to hop on? Like you told me?
He sent me the message.
Yeah. Wait. Why would? Do you even know why we even started this panel?
Nigga, bro, I got on here.
Exactly, because we was having a conversation. That was the whole reason it started. Are you trying to come after the fact and take some credit, dog? We're having a conversation. You need to step back and let the smart people talk.
Years ago. Like,
I didn't say he went back there. I said he's the richest. But if you study history, just because you go off that, you still miss a big piece of the pie.
What's the big piece of the pie, bro?
Your time frame, your years.
What time frame? 16,000 years is a time frame?
No, 20,000 is the time frame.
So you trying to tell me that he was running Mali 20,000 years ago?
This was so lost. Let us keep talking, dog. Jalen, why don't you sit back and listen, man? We're talking, dog. We're talking. Me and him are talking, Jalen.
You see how this nigga can't answer the question? So answer the question.
Me and him are talking, Jalen. You still whining.
Mali 20,000 years ago. Answer the question, and I'll leave you alone. I'll get off this bitch. Answer the question.
I said he was the richest, right? Did I not say that?
I said ruling.
I said the richest in history. You're talking about ruling.
Oh my gosh, bro. All right, man.
Yeah, quit crying. Bye. Leave. We don't need no titty babies over here. We ain't got no pacifiers, bro. Ain't no pacifiers. Ain't no tissue paper. I ain't got no Kleenex for you. So if you gonna have tears, dog, I ain't got nothing for you.
Like you over here want to do that stupid way.
You want a tissue box?
Who want a tissue box, bro?
Do you want a box of tissue?
You're not making sense. You
crying.
You can't.
You ever heard of Justin Timberlake? Cry me a river. That's how you sound right now.
On these damn platforms.
Cry me a river. Okay.
Back on the platform.
Whoa. Cry me a river.
I didn't like. What do I have to cry about? I'm asking you a question. You're not answering.
Jalen, the big boys are trying to build, Jalen. So fall back.
You're trying to.
Jalen, fall back. The smart guys are trying to build.
I'm not your soldier. I'm not your soldier. I know way more shit than you without using AI.
Nobody's talking to you, Jalen. Me and him are trying to have an educated conversation.
I asked you a question. See what I'm saying?
What are you on now? What is it now?
Hey, whatever, bro. Go ahead, because I see what it is.
Like, damn.
You go ahead. Stop talking to him. Talk to him.
Right.
Stop talking to him.
Exactly.
Stop talking to him.
So, you all up in North Africa, brother. So, if you want to go to the indigenous, have you ever studied the indigenous North Africans? Their genes and whatnot, history? Because that's another goddamn thing, big case file.
I was about to say the difference. So we're going to type in E.
I know, before that fool interrupted us. Yeah, go ahead.
Look, I'm going to show you the difference. I showed you my DNA, right? Look at this. It's completely different. It's all up here. You see that? That's EL19. That's EM81. And then the green is the descendants. And the purple is the descendants of EM81. And then went into Europe, all the way back down Sardinia, all across Greece and Anatolia and Turkey. You know what I'm saying? Some of it does go to Arabia, but again, this is a different haplogroup than mine. Most of my ancestry went down into Western Central Africa, back to East Africa, and then went to Arabia. This ancestry is coming from around the Sinai Peninsula all the way down to the top of Mali, into Morocco.
What more you need to hear?
Yeah, this is not my ancestry. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But you see how far it spreads, right? And that's just in the beginning. That's only. And what year is that talking about?
When this 2450 BCE is when the EM81 is arose according to this.
2450 BCE.
Yes, sir.
So they put you at 2. I mean, but then again, that's just when they freaking. That's just when they got some DNA. That's just when they were able, I guess, to pull or get it as far back as they can go. I mean, but then again, let me see. What year did this come out? This the same one?
No, I'm using a tool. This is the Globe Tracker tool where you can type in any haplogroup and see where it arose on the planet Earth. And then it's migratory vectors and where its children went to and distributed.
From the samples that they got, I guess, from the database.
From the database, yeah.
Estimated location. And we curated based on historical and anthropology and genetics. See, that's the part right there. That's where the haplogroup. That's where that stuff's not gonna really be able to save y'all. Because you heard what I just said, right?
Yeah, but I'm just going back to the claim where you were saying that I come back from a Berber. I don't descend from Berbers. I don't share the
No,
same.
did you hear what I just told you? It just told you that your stuff is based off historical information. The way they do this is based off historical, anthropological,
Yeah,
and genetic.
yeah. What's wrong
So,
with that? What is
okay,
wrong?
so what is wrong with that? Are you serious? A lot's wrong with you. So he studied all of history, and then he went and dove into genetics.
I'm still kind of lost. What's the issue here?
Are the globe trotting thing? They're going off historical stuff now. Is all the history accurate?
I'm trying not to laugh, bro. Like, come on, bro. Anthropo. Now you got me fucking that word up.
Anthropological. How did we
Yeah.
get to this conversation, by the way?
We were discussing
Yeah, we
Tafra.
just having a discussion, man. Y'all calm down.
We were having a discussion about the Tafra. How we all started off was the Tafra and the difference between Tafra and the Berber, and how the Berbers came later.
Mhm.
And the Tafra are older people. We had to discuss that. But he finally understood that the daddy don't come from the sons. And that's all I was trying to tell him, or the nephews, if you will, because they don't really directly descend from Tafra people.
Yeah, Berbers descend from EM81, and the Turfrock population carry
EM78.
EM78.
Yeah, that's all I
I'm
was
gonna
trying
let
to.
y'all believe what y'all want to believe, but if y'all are going off historical to do y'all's genetics, good luck.
Anthropology and archaeology is bad.
Okay, so you're getting blood off archaeologicals off rocks and stuff, right? Off old
Well,
finds,
what
mummies
they
or
do? Can I
tombs.
can I explain it? So why archaeology is mentioned because they follow lithic tools and tool usage and ceramics and stuff like that to trace where these people may have been in times past. That's
Yeah.
why you use archaeology. It's
Oh
more.
man, y'all cannot be making stretch of reaching out statements like that. So okay, so they use that based off the tools, correct?
Yeah,
Various other elements.
Okay,
Like
so
for
these
instance, when it
tools,
comes to the spread of, like, let's say
when it
animal
comes to these,
husbandry, or if it comes to agropastoralism. Like for instance, when it comes to sub-Saharan Africa, for a long time it was full of, particularly in West Africa and Central Africa, hunter-gatherers. But we see that close to the time when the Sahara was starting to dry up, the areas of Western and Central Africa changed from forager populations and hunter-gatherer populations to agropastoralism. And we can see that a new group of people from the Green Sahara, Saharans, began to migrate about 5,000 years ago into West and Central Africa. Again, people were able
and
to
we got
trace
pyramids
this
that old,
based
right?
on archaeology. People were
That
able to
part.
determine it based
Okay,
on archaeology
bet
because
that.
pearl mint.
So now you went back to archaeology. Cool. So
That
you were
was that
talking
was the
about
whole point of my
pyramids,
diatribe.
correct?
That was the whole point of my diatribe. But go ahead. What'd you say?
We're talking about pyramid. We're talking about pyramids, correct?
I didn't say pyramids. I basically gave an example as to why archaeology is important because it can help trace human migrations and seeing new peoples enter into other lands. Like I said, West Africa was once a whole bunch of foragers and hunter gatherers, but 5,000 years ago, we see
Hold on.
pastoralism.
Okay, just stop right there. Stop right there. So stop right there. So you're saying they were hunter gatherers. Then how are all these pyramids and all these carves out of mountains, all these megalithic stone structures, all these big pyramids and tombs? How? So you're telling me the people was in the bush, right? The hunter gatherers or your tribemen, but you're hunter gatherers, and then we got these big, huge pyramids of Giza just popping up out of nowhere. We
I
just got
said
all these
West
pyramids and
Central
everything
Africa. I
popping
said
out,
West
right?
Central Africa, not I said
But
West
but
Central
but
Africa, not Egypt. I didn't say Egypt. I'm not talking
I
about Egypt.
mean, we got pyramids all over. They ain't just in Egypt.
Well, you need to provide evidence for that.
You don't think pyramids are all over the world?
Well, I mean, specifically, I was referring to West Central Africa. But no, I haven't seen any pyramids. And I'm talking about ancient pyramids in West Central Africa. Sure, there's new ones, like modern ones, I guess you can say. Maybe.
So
But
these
not as big as
people, these
these.
hunter gatherers, okay,
Nearly as big as these.
by your logic, so these hunter gatherers were building pyramids, correct? Or was the hunter gatherers smarter or dumber than the people before that built the pyramids?
All right, for one, I think you missed my entire point because I was bringing up evidence why archaeology is important when it comes to proving and showing human migrations. And we're talking about pyramids. I don't know how we got to this, but I just
Okay, so
brought
your
I
archaeology,
just
do
wanted
your
to
archaeology study all tribes?
wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
They're studying old structures, right?
They're
That have
studying ethnic
that have
archaeology.
been
So that can include old structures. It can include pottery. It
so
can
you can't pull
include
no haplogroup off. No, you can't get no DNA off no old structures from thousands of years back that's been covered in sand and been has earth and life. Everything's grown
of
over it.
course not, because DNA comes from humans.
Okay, so that's my
Pottery is
point right there. Now you sit in my face and you're screaming, talking about haplogroup this, DNA that, and then I read it some more, and it says it's based off history. So they're going off of history now to try to tell you where these DNA is coming from. Now
Yeah,
let's
it's
get
called a
let's
you
multi.
do
dig a
It's
little.
called a
understand that
multi.
you do.
Let me
Hold
No,
let me
on.
get it
I'm
right.
just getting started now. No, hey, you asked for this, so let me go ahead and break it down to you. So,
But you do understand pottery doesn't like self-replicate. A human being has to create pottery. And so if a human
right,
being dies
somebody has to
right
do it. It has to
if a
start.
human
Yeah, you're
being
right.
dies, if a human being dies right beside pottery that they made, they can just analyze the dead body that the person who made that pottery. And we can see what this culture, these people were.
Do you know what the oldest stuff is? Do you know what the oldest one is?
Oldest what? I mean, be more
The
specific.
oldest fossil, the oldest one of the oldest civilizations. Well, yeah, basically the oldest civilization period. Yeah. Do you know where that is? Like, do you know how old it is?
I believe the oldest civilization might be the Akkadian Empire.
Oh no, you didn't say the Arcadians. What are you serious?
The first
Oh,
official empire, I believe it's the Akkadians.
no, I'm not talking about empire. I'm talking about the oldest fossils bones are where.
All right, the oldest human bones, like anatomically modern human.
Yeah, I mean, is it how many races? It's only one human race, correct?
I mean, we were talking about old bones, like technically archaic human. Anyways, let me just give you the.
What does
So,
archaic mean? That means
all right,
old, correct?
the oldest anatomically modern human remains is Jebel El Herud in Morocco. That I know of.
Okay, so now stay
No, that
right
was
there.
easy.
So you're pulling out information showing me DNA from and haplogroups and all that, and they're going off history. But when they're doing this information and origins, they're going off the Near East, correct? Or the Central.
No, they're just going anywhere on the planet when it comes to archaeology and DNA. They're
Okay,
going.
that's fine. Yeah, cool. I feel that, but I'm to your one before the 300 was at 160 or 200,000, right?
Wait, say that one more time, and your mic is kind of
I
choppy.
said your information before the 300,000, you was at 160 and 200,000. I believe it was Ethiopia. Is it
No,
or the Lucy?
those are other human
Yeah, because
cadavers.
they've been declassifying that crap lately. They like that ain't even that no more type stuff. Yes, I'll give you that one. But the last one I believe was like 200,000, correct? Or 160, 150?
If you're talking about the human fossils, like there's different. Of course, we're going to find different dates of human fossils all throughout Africa. There's no issue with that. I mean, people just died in different time periods in different areas. I see no issue.
Well, we're focusing on the oldest ones. We want to focus on the
Yeah, the
oldest
oldest
evidence
the
that we
oldest
have.
cadaver is 315,000 years old. Again, Jebel El Herud in Morocco, and then of course
Okay,
there's others in South
well,
Africa, East Africa.
okay, but yeah, exactly, perfect. So you're South Africa and East Africa, and this stuff is like that was like way in the '90s and 2000. I was like, you know, what I'm saying they've been on that one, and this one is 2016. So everything you got before that, they're pushing it towards the east. towards the central. You know what I'm saying? They're routing it towards that because that's what they had to go off of. But it turns out that they was wrong. They're contradicting themselves right now. Because
It's
now
not
you
really
got
that
to
they're
throw.
contradicting themselves. It's more so that they're finding new information and more information.
Well, it's just the correct information. Now it's more
Yeah, we're
accurate.
just
Now it's real. Because you was at
trying to
150
figure out
and
what you're trying
200
to prove.
now, and now you're at 300,000.
I'm still trying to figure out what you're trying to prove, though. Like
I'm
it seems
giving
like
you origins, right? We're talking about origins, right? And you talking about Acadia, but we're in Mauritania and Morocco right now.
I brought up Akkad because we were talking about the oldest. You asked me what was the oldest civilization. That's the only reason I brought
Right,
up Akkad.
and I showed y'all that y'all are in y'all study is going off archaeology and history, and your history and archaeology is tailored for the East and the Central. That's why your Y haplogroups and all your DNAs and all that is all going to be jacked, and then it's going off modern day mixtures and things like that.
No, that's not how that works.
I mean, well, you still at that 300,000. He talking about
You
16.
can't mix haplogroups, by the way. Like that's like strict.
He's talking about 16,000. He's going back 16,000, but this stuff goes back to 300K. So it's a lot they're not telling you.
Wait, what do you mean?
You don't see the time, the big window. You don't see the gap.
Explain that further because that didn't really make sense. Elaborate on that what you just said because that
Okay, so they're telling you that these people, I mean, Jabal Urhu are 300,000 something plus years old, right? And those people are indigenous, correct?
You said what now?
I said the Jabal Ur was 300,000, right?
Yeah, correct.
And those people are indigenous to that area, right?
It was only one guy. It wasn't a group of people. It was just one body.
It was like 5 of them, wasn't it? I heard it was like 4 or 5 of them.
Jabal Harud was only one cadaver.
I mean, but they still found other bones and matched it to the other bones, and they matched the tools to other tools, correct?
Did you read the paper on Jabal Harud, bro?
They matched the tools to the other tools, right?
I don't even think they found tools around him.
They found blades.
Only one guy.
They found blades.
I think you're getting him mixed up with the Ibero-Maurusians or the turf rock population. Those are two separate things. Jabal Harud.
I believe it was, but they had the whole skull though, right? And then they had the burnt blades, correct?
What?
I said they had the burnt blades.
The burnt blades. I don't think blades were even found around Jabal Harud.
Okay, see now, obviously you didn't read the article because that's how they dated it off of thermoluminescence from the fire on the blade from the last time the blades were burnt.
They analyzed his remains, bro. His skull.
They analyzed the remains from 300,000 years ago. You think you're gonna find remains? As in organs?
Jabal Harud is. It's a skull.
It's just okay, bone.
All right, let me just show you. This is Jabal Harud right here. Let me remove the comment to shoot real quick. I'm going to just but this is a Homo sapiens skull, Jabal Harud, from the Smithsonian. This is what I'm talking about. This is one guy found in Morocco. Right here in Morocco, location, Morocco, dated to roughly 300,000 years ago. If you want to get technical with it, 315,000 years ago. But anyways, this is what I'm talking about. This guy has nothing to do with Ibero-Maurusians other than the fact that, it's in the same general location. But Jabal Harud, being 300,000 years ago, is going to carry something like haplogroup A. No other haplogroups existed in this time. Only A. No E1B1B.
Yeah, early hominin.
Yeah, early anatomically modern human. Yeah.
So you're running back to the DNA, even though you got something right here telling you it's the oldest.
Wait, what? Hold
I
on.
said you're running to your DNA, even though you're looking at an article telling you that this is one of the oldest ones.
Let me show you how old haplogroup A is. Maybe I have to visually.
Yeah, that's the only one that's old enough to reach back to Jabal. How you see it?
Jabal Harud.
That's the only one to reach back. What you acting like it's a? Let's go ahead and read this article out.
So I guess you have an issue with DNA. That's what I'm kind of getting at.
Yeah, because A00 is what, 200, 300,000?
300,000. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
old.
yeah. So that's the only one that's going to stem back. All of our haplogroups that we have today are fairly new. The DNA,
Y'all are going off of your history. You just took you're getting your all that haplogroup stuff is not accurate, man. I don't know why y'all keep wanting to dive in on that. So I just show you it's based off history. So they're basing it off history. So they said so and so did this back in this day. So and that's not your DNA.
no, that's not how they do it. It's called a multidisciplinary approach. So you take several fields and you combine them together and make them work in unison to depict the migratory route. That's what they're doing. So they'll use anthropology, and archaeology, on all these things in unison with the DNA to say, okay, we found fossils here, we found pottery here, we found arrowheads here. We can depict a migration vector where these people are coming from.
Okay, hold on. Let me read. Hold on. Let me read. Let's read. Let's go ahead and read. Oh man, what you change it for?
Because I wanted to actually visually show you.
You ain't even finished reading that article all the way out. It was just about to tell you something.
No, I wanted to visually show you something right here.
Okay, what is this by? Who did this? What year is it? What test did they do all this?
All right, here's the
This
paper.
better not be.
Go back to the chart. You see it?
That's it. Hold on. An African American paternal lineage adds extremely ancient root to the human Y chromosome phylogenetic tree.
Yeah.
2013. 2013.
Yeah.
2013, bro. This is not accurate.
Anyways, so this guy.
Are you serious, bro? You're talking about before 2016.
A00.
Don't you use this article no more. It's not accurate.
What's interesting
that's not what I said. I said in regards to the Eurasian DNA going to North Africa before 2018.
If you pull out old information, it's not going to be accurate.
All right, so
I can't believe y'all tried that.
It basically places A00 all the way back to 338,000 years ago, as you can see right here.
From 2013, I guarantee you this paper is not accurate.
Rude. It kind of makes sense that we're going to see people in places like Morocco 300,000 years ago if anatomically modern human Y chromosomes, haplogroup A, dates back to 338,000 years ago. Anything you want to add to this, to shoot?
I mean, if you want a more up-to-date article, you can go to David Reich in 2020. It's the same.
I don't know why we not showing it. I don't know why we not there. What are we pulling showing old stuff for when we got new stuff? So we're gonna hide the new stuff and show the old stuff. That's what y'all on?
It literally says the same thing, that it dates it about 300,000 years. There's no discrepancy here.
So what's the issue? What are we doing here? So what exactly is going on?
He's just showing you. He's just showing. All he's doing is showing you that the only haplogroup that we know of that will stretch back to the time that you're referring to, with Jabel, would be A00. That's the only one. It's the oldest one we got.
Yeah.
And you're taking that off your old information.
We're taking it off of the genetic consensus.
And then it's a census on top of that from the little study that they did with their 30-some people.
Okay, so look at this paper here. Can you see my screen?
I see the screen. Hold on, it's loading. Right.
So this is an up-to-date paper. You want something more up-to-date? This is ancient West African forages in the context of African population history. And Mark Lipton and David Reich and all these geneticists were a part of this. Okay, so now we're going to go down to the relevant portion here. Uniparental markers and kinship analysis. It says here A00 is the oldest known branch of the modern human Y chromosome tree, with a split time of 300,000 to 200,000 years before present.
Okay, stop that. All right, stop right there. So it's telling you that it splits at 300,000, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's when. So are we looking at origins and a split? Or are we just looking at just a split?
We're looking at the oldest known branch. It says right there.
Which is 300,000, correct?
Yes.
Now, why are they telling you that? Now, why are they saying what's the oldest stuff?
That's what we're trying to get at. If Jabal,
Morocco, right? 300,000.
Jabal had a human haplogroup, the human haplogroup that he best fits would be A00. That's what we're saying, because it was around during that time. That's all we're saying. No more.
Yeah.
They don't even have the DNA to freaking to do anything. Like, yeah.
Yes, we don't have the DNA of Jabal.
So why are y'all pulling out haplogroups if you can't even use the DNA in this topic?
Because it is relevant to the topic. What we're saying is the haplogroup that he most likely would have, the only one that we have available to us that we know about will be A00 because it existed during his time. That's all we're saying.
That's so clear. I don't understand how no one can understand.
Do y'all know why they're putting it there? Do y'all even understand why it's at 300,000?
Yes, because they count the mutations and how long the mutations to develop.
Okay.
If you count all the mutations back to A00, it will take about 200 to 300,000 years to get back to that point. That's how.
Are you for real saying that? I mean, if you got it like that, dog, if you say so.
It's called divergence dating.
So we all agree on 300,000, right?
Yes, they date. I'm trying to tell you how haplogroups are dated. They're dated based on the mutation accumulation. So
we just read how they're dated. They're dated off history, and they're dated off anthropological, and they're dated off genetics from whatever little information that they were able to achieve and grab from 32 people, from another 500 or 200. Yeah, man, you got a lot of holes in that stuff. There's big holes in that information. Then y'all pulling out old articles, and it is telling you though 300,000. So what's your start point? Your start point is Morocco, correct?
Starting point, Morocco.
Morocco is a starting point. We're just saying during the time.
Not even worse, man.
Use your numbers, man. You're at 300,000. It's referring to Morocco. That's why you're at 300,000. You wouldn't even be there if it wasn't for Morocco. So what are you saying?
All we're saying is this will be around the time frame of Jabal. That's it.
That's it.
That's all we're saying. We're not saying nothing else. No
all right. Okay.
I ordered a plain hot dog. I don't want no relish. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Hey, like my homeboy said, man, yeah, take some off top, man. Just take a little bit off the top.
Yeah, take some off top, bro. I don't want all that, man. You go to Burger King, put all the extra mayonnaise, I get mad. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying?
Let me see what you got. The Fig 1 method. The Fig 1 methods, leveraging the effects of the chromosome segments that are shared identical by descent. We computed rates of the allele matching for each pair of the individuals to inferior degrees of relatedness. Both of the contemporaneous pairs display elevated levels of matching. Share at the levels of 4th-degree relatives. Yeah. Oh, what's that? 2020. What's that thing they used to say? What is it? 6 degrees of separation, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You never heard of that?
No.
6 degrees of separation is referring to like everybody's kind of somewhat connected, just only by six different branches. You could probably stretch out 6 different branches, and then be like out of that 6, you should be able to catch somebody you know, or like catch a common relative type stuff.
We are all connected. We are all humans.
I mean, it's only one human race. Last time I checked,
we all descend from this group of people that we're talking about. A00. Yeah, we all descend from them.
From the 300,000.
Yes.
Yeah. You can even determine that via autosomes.
I mean, as long as y'all know where your 300,000 come from, we good.
We're telling you that. Like, there's no issue there.
Wait, do you believe that like humans are 6,000 years old or something, and the Earth is 6,000 years? Like, what do you like? How far back do you think it should be? You
I'm
have to give
just
us your
using going off what they said. They say it's 300,000 in Morocco. I gotta go with it, right?
but you seem to have an issue with it. What other date do you have? Do you think the
I
Earth is
got an issue
6,000
with
years
it.
old?
Nah, I got an issue with it. I like it. I liked all the little articles y'all put. I mean, somewhat. Aside from the dates, nah, I don't got no issue with that. What I got an issue with that for?
All
That
right.
North Africans are
You
indigenous.
keep bringing up the 300, so I was just I assuming that you have an issue with it because you keep
Nah,
harping on that.
I just want to know when you say 300. Do you know where you're starting at? Do you know? But you said that's that, right?
What do you mean by where I'm starting at? Can you clarify that statement?
If it tells you it goes back to 300,000, that would be a start point, correct?
Yeah, sure. Origin point, like for Anton.
Thank you. There you go. Right. That's what. Oh, I love it. A origin point. Great. That's what I've been trying to show y'all all day, dog. Yeah, this is an origin point. That's it, dog. No more, no less.
Yeah, but this is not the Berbers' origin point.
Yeah, this ain't Berbers, no.
You're looking for English in Stone Age time.
This ain't the Amazigh. How about the Amazigh?
Amazigh is a Berber word, but you're looking for English in Stone Age. You're looking for words before an alphabet.
All right, clarify that statement.
Well, before you got a word, you got to have letters, correct?
Explain why what everything you just said matters.
The origins,
Explain.
they don't matter now?
You just said explain why any of that is relevant in our conversation. Explain in detail, please. Explain why you said that.
What part you want me to break down first?
Everything you just said in the last 5 seconds.
Bring it back. Let me know what part you want.
Why is the word Berber, Amazigh, whatever, trying to conflate language into this topic? Why is that relevant? Tell me. Why'd you bring language?
Oh, I mean, that is not, it's not, I mean, it's relevant. I mean, it actually is relevant because we see how big the language is. But it's just those people are indigenous. That's all.
Why did you bring that up when we're talking about something from 300,000 years ago? Please explain in detail.
If they're indigenous, they've probably been around since maybe then. It's just you don't know about it.
Okay. So
I mean, actually, you do know about it, though.
So you're assuming that the Berbers been around for 300,000 years.
They're indigenous.
So I'm guessing
to that area.
I'm guessing that's a yes.
That's what indigenous means, right? Hold on. What does indigenous mean?
Jashub just showed you haplogroup A, right? And I'm pretty sure Jashub earlier, because I have been watching this live, told you that the Berbers are EM81. A00.
So, whoa. Hold on. From a 32 people test, from a talking about mutation, from an article in a book, and that's your evidence. That's him showing me?
Yeah, that is my evidence.
So us looking at this 300,000 stuff means nothing?
It means everything because that's human history. And if you look on the screen, Silky.
So who's making? So what point? Hold on. So what point are y'all making? Y'all saying it's not or it is?
No, we're saying that the people that existed 300,000 years ago, just like I was trying to explain to you earlier, the people known as the Tafra are not who we call Berbers today. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
They're our own distinct people, and that's why I keep trying to explain to you over and over again. And if you look on the screen, you can see their migration. This is way after. This is young stuff. This is way after
Let me see this.
Look, all right,
this is young stuff. He said this is young stuff. Okay, let me see.
Yeah. Look. See, this is the.
Was this your ancestry thing?
Yeah. I'll give you the migration.
You not get? Oh my goodness, bruh, your migration.
Check it out. Look. So they come from E1B1B, or 28,000 BC. That's 30,000 years ago. They over here. 30,000 years ago, they're somewhere in Egypt, Northeast Africa, right?
Do you know how many mutation changes you would have from 300,000 years back, man? Like, do y'all understand the grasp of how much changing and mixing you would have?
I
I
know.
thought you said you had no issue with dates. Now you're bringing dates right back up. Now, that's why I asked you earlier.
I'm bringing dates back
Whatever
up.
date
I'm
you
just
want.
telling, we're at the origin, right? So why? I mean, if you want to jump to 15, 16, that's fine. I'm just saying we're missing a lot, don't you think?
How old do you think the Earth is, bro?
How old do I think the Earth is? When you're
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
number games,
Are you a 6,000-year-old guy or something? Like, do you believe? Are you a young Earth
that's a
creationist? I have no issue if you are, but it's like,
young Earth creationist. What?
I'm sorry, just to go back to what you was explaining. I mean to cut you off.
All right,
I'm a
so
mega
the
mind.
ancestors of the Berber people, this is their migratory route. They come
What
from
year was that?
so we're at 20,000 BCE right now, and they're
Okay,
living.
so you're missing how much? So how much is that? Are you missing by that by the article? By you're the one that you showed. How much time is in between that? Is that 280,000 year gap?
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. This is a completely different, distinct branch of humans, and it's way after Jabal. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, brother. Something completely distinct.
That's just a younger mix. Is
Very,
what you're
very,
referring to.
very, very young.
You could have just said that from the beginning.
I did.
No, you didn't, because you try to say that your people predate, and that's a lie.
Oh,
Because your people ain't language ain't even out there like that.
Wait, when did I say what? What you say? I
You
said?
try to say that to I to show you that they was at 20. Then it kept pushing them for
is he
even
cutting
further
up for
back.
you, or is that?
Because remember we was at that 15 earlier. We was going back and forward to 15
Oh,
and the 5.
that was on the top route. Yeah, Berber was not around
Yeah,
when the top route was around. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Yeah,
you was trying
two
to
completely different people.
until I showed you that they was.
No,
No,
they wasn't. I
no.
said their ancestors were, but the people that we call Berbers today, their distinct line of people, they weren't around.
You okay? So you're expecting them from modern day, okay, but they're still ancestors, correct?
But wait, I thought we reached an
No.
agreement because you agreed that the progenitor, the sons can't go before the progenitor. You agreed.
You're referring to a name. Are these still not the same people? Yes or no? Are they
Yes, sir.
descendants? Are they relatives? Are they connected? Yes or no?
They are relatives.
Okay, then that's my point right there. That's my only point I'm making is that these people are connected.
They are connected, but they're not directly connected. That's the difference.
It
Let me
ain't
show
they
you.
daddy. Yeah, you steady jumping all around the time frame, but it's not they direct daddy. No, it's not they daddy.
That's what
Don't think
so we got
it's
an agreement. We got an agreement. They're not the progenitors of Berbers, the Tafarat
I
people.
mean, it would be like way further down the line.
So that's what he's showing you on the screen right there.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ebro.
The turf rock population would descend are a group of men that carry EM78. A group of men with EM78 right here. This is who the turf rock descend from. And the Berbers descend from a group of men that carried EM81, which is over here. They are not like the Berbers cannot directly descend, or specifically Berbers with EM81 cannot directly paternally descend from EM78. Like, sure, you can say that people with EM78 and EM81 are like distant cousins. Yeah, Berbers are distant cousins to the turf rock population, but they do not directly descend from them, hence the word distant cousins. So that's what Yeshub is trying to show you. They're distant cousins, not father son. These are different human populations.
As in, they didn't all live at the same time. Yeah,
No, they did
that's
not
what I.
live at the same time.
They didn't live at the same time. Is that what you're thinking?
No,
Don't think that.
no. They did not live at the same time. The turf rock
Right? Yeah, these people are predating all that. Right? Yeah.
That's
the
what I
turf
was
rock
telling
people,
you, brother. That's what I was telling you. The Tafarat predate the Berbers.
exactly. Like their culture goes back to 25,000 to 20,000 years ago, and even the remains that we have are 15,000 years old. So, yeah, turf rock predate the Berbers. The Berbers came into like Northwest Africa around the time I believe
Can
of
we
the
see the language? Can we get the language pulled up?
I mean, that doesn't help you either. The Turfrock population didn't speak the Berber language.
That's what I try to tell them too.
I just want to see what the language origins from. Can we see what the origin is? What the parent language is?
Berber is an
Can I see the
Afro-Asiatic.
parent language of your language? The ones y'all referring to, let's see the parent.
Berber is an Afro-Asiatic language, which means.
But you don't even have a script, man. So are you for real even saying, like, are you for real saying that? Like, yeah, what is y'all don't have a script?
We know because of linguists that have been in the field for many years, like Roger Blench and Edward Lemsky, and who else? There's so many. Greenberg, like so many linguists.
So y'all don't have a script. Y'all don't have a script, right?
You don't need a script to determine how old a language is. You just look at other languages and
they've never had a written script. They don't have no nothing, no hieroglyphs, nothing.
The Berbers do have a like their own script that like they do have it, but I'm talking about the Turfrock and the Berbers. Like the Turfrock did not speak the Berber language. The Berber language is only like I think 10,000, maybe 6,000 years old. It's
y'all got a lot of work to do, man. You got a lot of studying to do. y'all are still kind of way up. You got to go further back. You're not digging deep enough at all.
No, I'm on point when it comes to this, bro. I've studied the Afro-Asiatic language family. And the Afro-Asiatic language family, when it comes to the Berber,
so you're saying these Berbers had pyramids, and your people was just in the bush, right, in the jungle, or in the cave? Do they have pyramids?
I know you are the one that continues to bring up pyramids. I did not.
So they don't.
I'm getting a flashback of your debate, bro. Why am I getting flashback?
Hey, people get scared. They get get beat up like that. Hey, it's simple stuff, man. So they don't have a scroll, no script.
You brought
they don't have
pyramids. I never brought up pyramids, and let's stick to the.
Well, I just want to see when you're talking about predating stuff, you have to be able to match that with the education. You have to match that with the archaeology. You have to match that with the engineering. You got to match that with the education.
Are we being trolled, Yeshua? Is this a troll?
So the language.
You know what? If it's over your head, man, don't worry about it. I'll be digging. I'll be getting back into it after the first. So if it's going over your head, don't worry about it. I'll break it down more later.
Okay, bro. So Avery, you was gonna show him the dates of the languages.
Yeah, I might as well. I'll bring up the Afro-Asiatic, the Proto-Afro-Asiatic. What you call it? Map. That study was pretty.
I think we go over that again. I brought it up earlier, and we talked about and discussed a few dates, but I just used Google. I didn't pull up Christopher Eyre or anything like that. So let's show where these languages came from. I did bring up the because Christopher Eyre brings up the ancient ancestral North African language that may have been an isolate that doesn't exist anymore. I didn't bring that up, so.
There's so many different interpretations. Because you know, Yeshua, when it comes to Afro-Asiatic, like there's different origin points for Proto-Afro-Asiatic. So
Afro-Asiatic could have been as old as EP2. It could have been started with EP2 32,000 years ago. What was it? 32,000 years ago, 32,000 BC. I can't remember. But yeah, it could have started there.
I'm trying to find something that's that won't overwhelm our guests.
And stuff like Berber and Chadic, all that stuff is like later derivations of Afro-Asiatic, like later, like within the Holocene. It's not extending all the way back to the Pleistocene. I can kind of explain that to him earlier too. Hell, Niger Congo's not even that old. Congo don't even go far that back.
Yeah, it's Niger Congo. Interestingly enough, pops up around the time of the Green Sahara, coincidentally. Right. But anyways, let me see. Let me see. Hold on. There's actually a pretty good chart. I don't know if they still have this chart online. They might not.
Which one are you searching for?
It's a chart that not only shows the Afro-Asiatic languages, but it also puts the haplogroups along with the language. And I was trying to find that because it's pretty good.
Yeah, that would be nice to see.
I'm trying to find this. It's been a long time since I looked this up. Dang.
Y'all having too much fun with the Hablo groups.
Hey, brother, we trying to influence you to go ahead and get your DNA test.
To what? Tell me I'm black.
So we can get on the show. We can discuss where you come from, brother.
Is this it? This might be it. I think this is it right here. Yeah, this is it. I like this chart right here. Before I do that, so here's one interpretation. Well, actually, hold on. Let me pull up one more thing to shoot. Just give me a second here. Let me pull up one more chart that shows the spread of Afroasiatic.
Yeah, we gotta match. We gotta do at least two common sources. You gotta go at least two common ones for it. You know, 3 for Shosky, but at least 2 common current sources to not worry so much.
Hey, you should look into Christopher Ehret's work, like Ancient Africa.
Yeah,
he got a bunch of maps and stuff in there. It'll show you and break all these languages down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Break all the languages down.
yeah.
What? I mean, they already got them broke down. You know, what are the top 5 languages? Afro-Asiatic.
I'm gonna give you an example. I'll show you why you looking it up.
When you're ready to shoot,
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I already got everything. But
okay, go ahead. I was going to show him an example of one of Christopher Ehret's maps, but go ahead.
Okay, so here's one interpretation for the origin. Oh, I know my screen was up. Hold on. Here's one interpretation for the origin of Proto-Afroasiatic. So as you can see, Proto-Afroasiatic could have formed like 10,000 years ago. Right here, you can see 10,000 BP before present BP. Which, by the way, if Proto-Afroasiatic formed 10,000 years ago, then this means the Turfrock population predates Afroasiatic speakers, because Turfrock, the remains that we have are 15,000 years old, and the culture itself is like 25 to 20,000 years old. So already right there, this proves the Turfrock population would not have spoken the Berber language. But anyways, from Proto-Afroasiatic would come Northern Afroasiatic, which is 7,500 years old. Again, the Turfrock population then existed. And then from Northern Afroasiatic, the Berbers kind of split off. The Berbers come from the Nile Valley, and they kind of split off from it, as well as Egyptian and Semitic.
That's exactly what Globe Trekker was showing.
Oh yeah, that's true. It does show this. And they
okay, now hold on, wait there. So it splits off from Egypt and where?
And Semitic.
And the Nile, right? So it's running the Nile, correct?
Yeah, the Berbers originated from either the Nile or maybe.
See, now you're in deep water. Now you're in deep water right now. Now you're saying they came from the Nile, but we started in Morocco. So you got to make it make sense now.
Let me give me a minute. I'm saying that this is, by the way, one map. I have a second map I want to show you as well. So let me finish my diatribe and then I'll let you go. And so the Berbers kind of split from Northern Afroasiatic, and again, Northern Afroasiatic is dated to 7,500 years ago. So again, this is the Horn of African origin of Afroasiatic. But now let's go to the Levantine origin, because there actually is a possibility that Afroasiatic originated in the Levant with the Natufians. And so,
oh no, you didn't go to the Natufians.
And so if you see right here, Egyptian would have came out of Berber. So the Berbers would have came out of the Levant from Proto-Afroasiatic people, traveled through Sinai and then through northeastern Africa into North Africa, Morocco. You can see right here up here. Let me just zoom in right here. So this is the second interpretation, and it's very similar to Globe Trekker as well, because I think Globe Trekker actually puts 35.
This is just a guess though. They're not going off. This is, what year is this from?
What are you talking about?
This chart you showing?
This is from a book dealing with the spread of
Y'all
English.
have got to stop. Okay, y'all these dang books. Y'all can cut it out with
Oh,
this.
what, books are bad or something? Like,
Okay, let's look at the credentials. Who made the who's this guy that did the book and what is his credentials?
give me a second. I'll pull it up because I got the photo, but I need to.
Back in the day, though, you got to remember, man, a lot of that stuff was like hobbies for a lot of those guys. They'll just up and I'm studying and I'm writing the book and I'm studying this tribe. That was like some kind of a little push they was doing back then.
There's various linguists actually that
So this white
believe
guy
in
studied all the African languages. Okay, let's hear it.
there's actually various linguists that believe in the Levantine origin of
The
Proto-Afro-Asiatic.
what?
Let me
That's
see if I
because
can
that's
find
where all
it.
the mixing was going on at. That's where a lot of the trading and things were happening. I mean,
Let
but
me
it was
check.
happening all over that route.
I can pull something that shows all of the linguists. Let me find this chart. It shows every linguist that believes it. Hold on. So when it comes to the Levant, the people that believe in the Levantine origin of Proto-Afro-Asiatic is people such as Alexander Mitolvera, or Mitov. That might be I think he's Russian. I think it's Mitol. Anyways, there's also Jared Diamond, as well as Peter Bellwood. So those are three linguists, three well-renowned linguists that believe in the Levantine origin of Proto-Afro-Asiatic. There might be more. I'm trying to look through this chart.
Yeah, they got a lot of new people that are doing
No. Alexander Mitolvera is not new. He's been in the linguistic game for a long time, just like Jared
Okay,
Diamond.
let me
So
break this down for you.
let me show
Okay,
you.
let me just put some on you. So a
This
lot of
is
people they've been
Alexander
studying Egypt
Mitolvera.
all this time, right?
This is Alexander Mitolvera, by the way.
Oh, let's check him out. Let's see. Let's check this guy out.
He's 81 years old. He's been in the game for a long time. I can show you the other linguists as well that said similar things.
Jewish Bible studies, Russian state, Semitic, Hamitic, Canaanite. Oh, Semitic Berber, Russian scholar of Semitic, Berber, Canaan, and Afro-Asiatic. He's a
Yeah.
Berber specialist.
Yeah. And there's also Jared Diamond, who goes with the Levantine origin of Afro-Asiatic.
Now, let me tell you something. When it comes to Berber, linguistics, they're barely scratching the surface.
Anyways, I think we're kind of getting off subject, but basically what I'm trying to illustrate is that when it comes to the Amazigh language, it is younger than the Turfrock population, just like the Berbers. And the Berbers fit perfectly within the date range of the the Berbers fit perfectly in the date range, their DNA, should I say, with the origins of their language. But the Turfrock population does not fit within the date range of the origins of the Berber language. The Turfrock were a hunter-gatherer population that spoke some unknown language. We don't know what they spoke. But the Berbers, they're not a hunter-gatherer population. When they came into Africa, they were already pastoralists. So they would have
Yeah,
been
they were
carrying.
smart. They was educated already. They wasn't just.
Yeah. I mean, they were coming from the Nile
So
Valley,
now,
which already
okay, so
had.
they're telling you that they're hunter gatherers, and now they're letting you know that other people was actually educated before them.
Yes, there are groups of humans on this
That's
planet
what I try to
that have
show
better
y'all. I mean,
technology
yeah,
than us.
y'all are getting there.
Okay. All right. Is there anything you want to add to shoot? I think you said you wanted to pull something up. If you're there, just shoot. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just going to go on to Christopher Aaron, what he says about the chatting language. I mean, not the
No.
chatting, because Christopher Aaron pairs the chatting language with the Amazigh language.
Yeah, there seems to be a very close association between the two. Like maybe there was a point where they converged.
They have to study, I believe. They mess with the Berber language to get some of their ancient stuff, but like I told you, they're barely scratching the surface on it. That's the crazy part.
Check this out, bro.
You can share your screen.
You see this, Silky? Can you see it?
Yeah, I'm checking out. I'm looking.
You see where it says Proto-Boer-Afrasian? Right below that, it says Proto-Channel Amazigh. And then they split it to the Proto-Chadic, and then you had the Proto-Amazigh. And the reason why the Proto-Amazigh is all the way down here because this is later in time. If you know how to follow these graphics, the further you go down is the closer you get to modern times, where you have Zenaga and Tuareg. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna read.
Yeah, you way at the end.
Yeah. That's going back to what I was
But
telling you earlier.
okay. Now I see you got the Cushitic, right?
Yeah.
So remember we got the Cushitic, right? That's Kush, right?
Yeah, Cushitic is a different language branch off of Afro-Asiatic. It's completely different.
Now, but we know that these people was in Egypt way before all that, correct?
That's what I was about to read to you. The origins of these people that spoke these languages, then they
Ancient Coptic. Look at that, Sahara, Madrid.
Oh, you want me to pull it back up? Hold on.
No, I'm just reading what it say. I mean, what year this came out?
Ancient Africa, global history. I think it's what 2020. I think I got to look at it. I'm not sure, but it's one of his most recent works.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this just what he like. What they trying to go off of. Like you said, even Bantu alone got a buku amount of languages. The Berber language worked the same way.
Yeah, I get that, but what I'm just showing you is the origin of it. It's quite young compared to people like the Tafra. There's no way the Tafra would be speaking this language. That's the whole point. There's no way. It's impossible. This language wouldn't have existed.
Well, it got the Chado Amazigh right there. Then it goes to ancient Egyptian. You got Chado Amazigh, right? Proto Chado Amazigh.
Yeah, that's where the language comes from, and then
that's the Berbers, the Boer-Frasian.
Yeah, that.
What is the Boer-Frasian? What is the?
It's the language that ancient Egyptian language comes from, and the Proto-Chadic Amazigh language comes from.
Okay, and then it's the Proto-North Etheric.
Etheric.
Yeah, it's dealing with the
so that's hieroglyphs or no? Is that does that count as like?
Etheric is another way of saying I think the Red Sea, because it's believed that this particular language believes that Proto-Afro-Asiatic originated near the Red Sea.
That's just. Do they have cave writings?
That don't matter.
That's not how they're figuring out what language comes from what. They're not looking for a script to say, "Oh, we found this script here to compare off of," because some of these languages are older than scripts, so you can't go off of that at all. Anyway, I want to read from this literature real quick for you. Let me see. I want to start here. Hold on. So I'll start here. It says the earlier of those two further expansions involved the communities who spoke the particular dialect of Proto-North Eritreic that would evolve over a long span of centuries into the much later Proto-Semitic language. In the linguistic terms, we would give the name pre-Proto-Semitic to this line of language descent. A single spread of this community north out of Egypt and across the Sinai accounts in straightforward manner for the proposed much later 4th millennium BCE location of the speakers of the Proto-Semitic language in the adjacent lands of the Levant. Because as we just saw in the chart, Christopher Aaron is saying the same group that spawned the Semitic speakers is the same group that spawned the Egyptian and the Proto, Chado, and Amazigh people. It says the second further expansion was that of the speakers of the proto-language of the Chado Amazigh group, again out of Egypt, but in this case westward across the Sahara. A population spread that accounts with similar parsimony for the later dispersals of the languages of the Chadic and the Amazigh, aka Berber, subgroups of the family across adjacent regions of North Africa, the Central and West Sahara and Chad Basin. And that's what this map is showing you right here. Can you see it? Are you there? What's the brother name? Silky. I want to make sure I'm not talking, past him or whatever. You still there?
I can hear you. I can hear you, but I don't know if he's there.
Yeah, so basically these languages were formed in East Africa, and these people would have picked it up and then migrated to West Africa.
Now, see, that's your first mistake. It's starting you off in Egypt, right, or East?
Yeah.
I see ya. Huh?
It starts a lot later. It's way after the Tafarat, when this language forms, the ancestor of the language. And then it develops into what we know as the Berber Amazigh languages.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying? You see the map? I'll just show you the map. I just read this whole thing, but look at the map. You see that black arrow going up in Northeast Africa? The one that's going into
yeah, hold on.
Hold on, let me explain it for you because I just read it, but maybe you didn't hear it.
No, I know why you're doing that. You're doing that because that's where it's going off of. That's because that's where the beginning of your history starts from.
You're right. These language families. So
these people book in the chat, by the way.
That's where you first start getting any stuff to go off of. Is in Egypt.
Okay, so listen to what I'm saying. That arrow that's going to the right, those are your Proto-Semitic speakers. That's going into the Sinai Peninsula. It's around the 4th millennium BCE. So we're talking 6,000 years ago. You follow me? And then the arrows.
Okay, 6,000.
The arrows that are going to the left is your Proto, Chatto, Amazigh languages. So this is long after the Tafarat people that lived in Morocco. They weren't even in this region. They were in Morocco 15,000.
Yeah, you're talking about a way down the line migration of what you're referring to.
That's okay.
What they're going off of.
That's my point.
Okay, so you're talking about with how they're going off a comeback migration. So you still don't see how things are predated.
I'm looking at the dates, and the dates don't line up with Tafarat, so therefore the Tafarat people could not have been speaking Berber.
None of that stuff gotta line up right. You got people that aren't even like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I wouldn't. So you're getting this from one guy, right?
Yeah, a linguist, Christopher.
Doing linguist. Okay, and he supposedly studied all this stuff, and this is his chart, right?
Yeah.
He ain't even got Mauritania on here. None of it. He got. Look at the stuff he got. Let me see. Gulf of Eden, Red Sea, Persia, Nile. See, that's another thing you got to learn, dog. When you messing with this history, especially back then, the way they played Egypt, the way they played Ethiopia, the way they played Nubia, the way they played Kemet, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to know exactly what he's gauging at, what time frame he's even starting or using or going off of.
He said the 4th millennium BCE. That's around 6,000 years ago.
We know we got stuff that predates that stuff, though.
Okay, you can have stuff that predates it, but if it's in Morocco,
we got stuff that drastically predates that. So why would you think he's accurate?
The people in Morocco around this time would not have been speaking this language because the language was not forming yet. It formed in Northeast Africa, and then the speakers migrated from Northeast Africa to North Africa and Central Africa. That's what the map is showing you.
We're okay, but the people are still the descendants, right?
Yes.
Okay, but
not descendants of Tafarat people, because the Tafarat people are Northwest African people. These are Northeast African people that were speaking.
Who, the Berbers?
Yes, they were initially.
Berbers are Northeast now.
Yes, from the onset, they will be speaking. They will come from a northeastern part of Africa, not northwestern, at the onset.
How would they come from north? So the starting point is northeast now.
Yes.
Are you standing on that? You want to stand on? Okay, so what do you have in the northeast and on the east? That's 300,000.
That has nothing. All right, bro.
That
This
has
is
nothing to do with it.
nothing to do at all. You know,
None at all. Okay, I don't know how you just want to throw it out, but I guess
no, yeah, this is way after that, so there's no correlation.
it's how long? It's way after that. So everything you're talking about now, we're comparing what? Apples to oranges?
If you could say that, but that's my point. Like two separate topics.
Well, why are you hung up on the little stuff then? I mean, I guess if you want to keep them, if you want to rock it like that, I'm not tripping. If you like starting at 15,000 and all that stuff, even though you got origins here, and then you got to turn around and say it's coming from the east. I mean, I guess what you got to know, when they do this history and they do these studies and these little books they be writing, don't bite on that haplogroup like that. Don't bite on that stuff at all like that because it's not accurate.
It's lining up with everything else.
I mean, well, they got them. They got to kind of try to make it match up. Shoot, they trying to sell books. The booksellers. Shoot, these guys are selling books, man. So that's how they. Not only are they selling books, they getting grants. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get their little Nobel Prize and do something before they retire and all that good stuff.
So they're just making it up as they go.
You want to get paid, don't you?
They just make it up. There's no rhyme or reason.
Last time I checked, them boys want to get paid. So I mean, like I said, so they did this one guy. So this one guy went around all the tribes. He went around all the Bantus, all the Zulus, all the Berbers, all the Igbos. He went and ran up on everybody and got everybody stuff, huh? Got everybody information. No, it don't even work like that.
He studied different languages.
I mean, it's deep though. Like I said, I like to study
For years, he studied different languages, and he took a multidisciplinary approach because he looks at archaeology, anthropology, the culture of the peoples, and stuff of that nature. So
he looking at, oh man, it ain't like he there when they unearthing the mommy or something. And like he get the call last. He don't get the call first. You know, it's the paleontologist and the not even the paleontologist, it's the archaeologist and the geologist that are the ones that are doing most of the work.
They submit their findings, they write their papers, which these other people in the other fields cite for their work.
I mean, yeah, they just giving you something to have on. They just giving you something to bite on. That's all. They giving you a little thing, giving you something to fill your belly. Even though it ain't accurate, they still giving you something. See, and then you know what? A lot of the times, if you look at the stuff, you see that the archaeologist, he ain't the one giving out the information. It's somebody totally different presenting it. Like just like you had to pull up. Your boy had to drop it in a book. Shoot, like they could have. It's it's when you mess with the science and it ain't all just peaches and cream.
So we should just disregard the fields that specialize in these topics and just go off of our own intuition.
No, I mean I'm using information. I'm using education. I'm using the engineering, the architectural work. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm looking through the history and seeing who was doing the most in history. You know what I'm saying? Who's making big advances? Who was ahead of the game? Who was the first on boats? You know what I'm saying? Like, here, let me ask you something. Do you know what it takes to get on the ocean, get on the water, and navigate the seas?
A boat.
So that's all it takes is a boat. So you can get on a boat and go right now and go navigate the Pacific Ocean right now. You can on a boat.
That's the basic need. It has to be seaworthy. It would have to be a seaworthy vessel. But do I know exactly what all goes into it? No. But I know you need a boat.
That's why. So that's all you need is a boat now. That's it.
A seaworthy vessel.
And a seaworthy vessel. So long as it can float, that's all that matters.
How do we get to boats? What was the
I,
original
I don't
topic?
know either. I don't know either. To be honest with you,
No,
but
I'm
What?
breaking some. I'm cooking. I'm cooking right now. I'm trying to show y'all something.
go ahead.
So
Cook,
to
cook, cook.
get on a boat, and travel the ocean, to travel the wicked waters, okay, the extreme goddamn waves and all that type of stuff right there, okay. When you to do that, first of all, you got to have mathematics, nautical miles. You got to know how to map the stars. You got to know how to look at the astrology and astronomy. Okay, you know what I'm saying. You got to know when the perfect time to go sailing. Shoot, sometime it ain't the right time to go sailing right now. We're gonna mess around and lose 100 fleets. Those things happen in history, but in the beginning of the time, you had to have some smarts. You got to know how to hop on a boat and travel the ocean. You can't just do that aimlessly. You're gonna be forever getting lost.
So you
Sure,
agree
are
with
you gonna
me?
end up?
So you agree with me? The
You mean
people
you're
in those
agreeing with me?
fields, hold on, check this out. So you agree that the people in those fields that specialize on those topics need to be the ones that are the authorities. I'm not an authority in
No, it
space
takes
travel.
way more than that. You can't just say they're in the field of their topic, digging up fossils and dirt. So they're the experts. I mean, they're
No,
going to bring back the results. I give them that. We can get dating off of them. We can get some. Oh, these tools match up. Oh, this jewelry looks alike. Oh, this pottery looks similar. Yeah, we could do that. We can get some measurements of the skulls. We can take
yeah.
those in, get the images, get the schematics on that. Yeah, whoop de doo. It's just an older human, something that was here way before us, obviously. So we could do that. But them, as far as being a specialist on haplogroups and all that, or hold on, well, no, in languages. You talk calling them specialists in languages. Do you know how many fields it takes for all this stuff to work? Not to mention while they're in these fields to be the top dog of their field. How long does that take? You know what I'm saying? Like it's so much intricate stuff that goes into it. It ain't just one person. You know what I'm saying? It's a group of people,
I know.
and not all of them agree. Shoot, not all of them are on the same page.
Okay, so can you find me one that's going to agree from your standpoint, your viewpoint, or your purview that shows that somehow the Tafarat was speaking a Berber language 15,000 years ago? Can you find me one?
I'm just showing you that the Berber people predate them.
Predate who?
Those descendants predate your people. They're not they didn't use y'all's DNA or y'all tools to do any dating or matching. They use Berber stuff to do that. Abu Malaysia, correct?
But the Abu Marusians are not Berbers. Thought we went over this. The Abu
Abu
Marusians are
Malaysia is not Berbers now.
they're not. We went over this.
Mauritania, the Libya, and the Iberian Peninsula. They don't speak Berber. That's not Berber.
The Abu Marusians are ancient people that don't exist today. And the Abu
And who
Marusians,
would be the descendants?
those that carry the M78, they're exactly haplogroup. Those will be the descendants in the U6
You
marker.
ran back to the haplogroups again.
That's how we can
Because
tell
we're
who
human.
descends from who.
That's
All
how you could tell. Because you took the specimens from 30 people, and all of a sudden you're a professional on DNA, on haplogroups.
wait,
Well,
what?
if you're saying you descend from these people are males, they have Y chromosomes. Their Y chromosomes EM78. Then what you would have to do is take a DNA test and say, okay, what is my Y chromosome marker? And if your Y chromosome
You're
marker
still
is
trying to use this stuff, man, with a 280-year gap of mixing, and you're still trying to use this stuff.
like I was saying, brother, if you're claiming to be a descendant of a group,
Yeah.
your Y chromosome has to match, or your mitochondrial DNA has to match. Because what you're saying is, I descend from the same male, and I descend from the same females. The
No, what I'm
father
saying is your information that you're presenting is not accurate. It's just estimates. It's guesses. Okay, it's theories. You're not presenting any real facts at all. I
that
know
is a
you think you are, but you're really not. You
Why
haven't dropped
DNA
not
isn't
one law, one scientific guarantee. This is that.
why
All of
DNA
that, all you're dropping is estimates. It's
why
guesses.
why DNA is not a theory. Y-DNA.
The Y-DNA is not. So you're talking about just a DNA classification breakdown on blood, right?
Chromosomes are sex-determining chromosomes, unless you think sex is a theory. There's no such thing as a man or a woman.
Sex to chromosome. It's like, okay, but you're predated though, correct? And you're starting at 300,000, right?
Again, Y-DNA is not a theory. You said it's a theory. It's not a theory because Y-DNA is a sex-determining chromosome. Unless you think sex and gender are theories and not real. But hey,
so now you want to talk. So now you're just talking about sex, right? You're talking about descendants, really?
You do have non-binary people. It is 2024, so maybe you believe in that. I don't know.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah. So if any male on the planet Earth says they descend from the Taffarot people, then their Y-DNA would have to match the Y chromosome of those people, which is EM78, or their mother's side will have to match U6, which is ultimately derived from Europe or European women. If they don't have those two haplogroups, then there's no way to detect whether or not they directly descend from that group, because autosomal DNA is too broad. Everybody in that region has similar autosomes. But to say that you descend directly from the Taffarot, you're gonna need haplogroups. Your Y-DNA has to match theirs. That's the only way, bro.
Do y'all have a majority, or does Berber have a majority?
What majority of what?
The DNA.
The autosomal DNA of that region is pretty much consistent. It's largely Eurasian, which is what I was trying to tell Ruben. When you look at the Taffarots, they're like 60% Eurasian. Modern populations are like 80% autosomally. Autosomal it comprised of your direct and indirect ancestry.
Direct and indirect.
Yeah, because like for instance, you and I, if you go back 200 years, you probably got like 1,000 ancestors. The autosomal ancestry will capture almost all of those 1,000 ancestors. So that's why it's more vague. Y-DNA is more direct.
And the fact that they're making it vague.
No, no one's making it vague. I'm just telling you it's vague because it's including almost all of the 1,000 people that existed on your family tree going back 200-300 years. That's what makes it vague.
So you want to go against it now? Are you for it or against it?
What? I'm for autosomal DNA, but you have to use it in its proper context. That won't show if you directly descend from a group. What will show if you directly descend from the Taffarot is if you match their Y chromosome. That means, hey, more than likely he shares the same male ancestors as the Taffarot because he has the same signature on his Y chromosome. And the only way you can do that is through sexual reproduction. That's the only way you can inherit that.
They ain't even able to pull blood off that stuff. Like that's where y'all. The stuff they're giving y'all is just new age stuff. It's nothing really. It's not old. They haven't taken that old stuff and got fresh blood and got a whole mapped out DNA thing. They don't have that.
Yes, they did. Yes, they examined the DNA of the Taffarot. Now we got their nuclear DNA. We know their autosome. We know their.
How old is the Taffarot again?
15,000 years.
But they're not 300,000 years old.
No, they're not 300,000 years old.
But you're hype about this 15.
All I'm telling you is they not purpose, bro.
Who hired this man to come here and troll us like this, bro? Why did you
troll? I'm just going. This is y'all stuff. You steady going off these dang people that don't really have much history, but you tend to be hype about their DNA and stuff.
You're funny, bro. You're a keeper, bro.
Wait, man, I'm gonna have claimed that these Berbers were over here and showing them that they're not. They wouldn't have been there. They're very new booty ass people. Yeah, Palermo. See, look what Palermo's telling you. He says Genesis is correct. When you go back, I think 8 generations, you have 1,024 ancestors.
Yeah.
Reich in his book from 2018 says you have DNA from 90% of them. You lose some, but the Y empty DNA stays relatively the same. I think is what it says. You
Exactly.
can go way back in time. Thus, you can get a direct, most recent common ancestor from. Yeah.
Exactly.
So you can share autosomal ancestry with someone. I share autosomal ancestry with West Central Africans. It does
Let
not
me hop
mean.
out and come back real quick.
All right, G, go ahead. Anyway, for the audience, I share most of my DNA with Western Central Africans autosomally. That does not mean every Western Central African that I share autosomal DNA with that we share direct male or female ancestors. It does not mean that at all. So it's a difference. So if you're going to claim to be from ancient Tafara people, you better have the same Y DNA, same empty DNA. That's the only way to directly attest it. That's what I was trying to tell the brother. And I'm also still trying to tell. We've been having this argument for 2 hours, 45
How
minutes.
did this live get started today? Like what
Oh, I
facilitated?
invited him on yesterday. Remember? Then he said he was busy.
Oh, that's the guy.
Yeah. I invited him on again today, and he came on. So we just dialoguing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Who was the other dude? He jumped. He left when I came in.
Oh, that was Joel. He said he couldn't take it no more, man. Because I showed the brother Globe Trekker, and one of my ancestors on Globe Trekker existed 16,000 years ago, and it was in Mali. So he brought up. He said, "Who was ruling Mali?" He brought up Mansa Musa. I was like,
ain't
bro,
nobody ruling Mali 16,000.
that's all. He was like, Mansa Musa. He was like,
16,000.
bro. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, keep explaining. So that's what happened. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we was going in on that. We was talking about language. When the Berber language came, I was trying to explain to him that the Berber people are a young group of people. They're very new compared to the Tafarov people. I brought up the haplogroup of the Berbers. I showed a book first, and he had a problem with the book. He said, "You're going to a book, blase, blase, blase." I'm like, bro, it's a book about science. Like, what are we doing? And citing all his sources. So then I went to a paper, so he couldn't say that no more. He had a problem with the paper. It's been an experience to say the least.
Sounds like it's been going on for almost 3 hours here.
Palermo says yes, 2/3 West Asian, 1/3 East African, 1/3 West African related, using those modern populations to infer ancestry from the south of the Sahara. Bayet Tazadok says Yoruba and Hausa typically don't carry EM78 and U6, but their alleles are still a part of the Tafara genomes. Yeah, a small portion of it is. That's why I was trying to explain to him. Just because you got autosomes doesn't mean you directly descend from that group. Just because you share autosomes. Silky.
Direct just mean it's like your daddy. Like
your dad's dad, or your mother's
and
mother.
archaic just means old. Okay. And nomad just means trader. Okay, moving work, slanging farm. All right.
Before we move further, Silky, do you understand that the Tafara people that existed 15,000 years ago in Morocco are not the same as the Berber people that exist today?
I mean, after the fact.
Yeah. Do you understand that?
Right, dude. Okay, I mean, yeah. As long as you know who predates all that.
Okay, cool. Do you agree with my statement in the debate that North Africa was heavily Eurasian?
Oh, you saying that they did North Africa? You saying that being a part of it?
Yeah, were they heavily Eurasian? Were there a lot of Eurasians in North Africa in ancient times?
Well, yeah, it was shit ton of big mixing right there. Now that whole area is heavy with the mix.
Oh, okay. So
but you gotta remember though. See, Europe they're not gonna let you count them out. That's why they like to throw that Eurasia out there like they do and whatnot, because they don't want to be left behind.
Nah, bro, they don't. It's not a conspiracy. It's just because you test the people there. They're like 80% Eurasian, so it has nothing to do with a conspiracy. It's just based off the results of the test.
I mean, but the test that they're going off of from right now, or whatever the best they little got, I guess. Well, they tested 30 people, right? You still on the 30?
That's one paper and one sample size.
Okay, you got at least show me like you got at least try to give me like can we get 100 at least? Can we get, can we at least get 50? Can we get 50 people tested?
All right, I'll show you this. Hold on. There's another paper.
How many tests you got?
Hold on, G. I was just looking at this paper earlier. Hold on. Let me bring it up. I was wondering, should I bring it up tomorrow too when I go on through the Hardways channel?
Oh, y'all supposed to be recapping.
Yeah.
What you need? What you want? A little prep job? You want me to prep you up real quick, man? Make sure you good because y'all was kind of y'all was kind of borderline a little bit. Y'all was spilling into some questionable stuff, and Unc was writing stuff down. Look like.
Nah, I just brought you here so I can, chop it up with you, you know what I'm saying, and see where you stand. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't need no tuning up, bro. So how about 641?
Yeah, because he gonna do the dance. He gonna do the shuffle anyways. He gonna dance and shuffle a lot if you put the pressure on him.
Who, Ruben?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that. Everybody know that.
Yeah, that's once he catch that heat, it's about to be tap dance.
Yeah, he was tap dancing his ass off the other day. Then he go river dancing.
His ancestry, bro.
Oh man, that nigga was straight up river dancing like a motherfucker.
Yeah, see hammer dancing, huh? He doing the hammer slide. Yeah, no. I mean, but so you trying to cop him with you gonna go back at him with the Hablo? Well, y'all was kind of Hablo banging, I guess.
No, he don't know what he's talking about, but that's for another day. Check this out. So this is the North and East African mitochondrial genetic variation. Needs further characterization towards precision in medicine, right?
Okay, a variation. So they talking about a later in time mix.
That's not what variation means. It means the variation of the mitochondrial, the mtDNA, the women, the DNA of the women. Just remember it like that.
Okay, DNA of the women. All right, I'm with you. Let's go.
And it's December 2023. Okay, so we're gonna look at North Africa. I'm gonna go down to this graph right here. Remember what you said? Can I get at least 100? Okay, so we can go here. Let me enlarge this so my audience can see this. No, not search the damn image. Make it bigger. I'll download full size. All right, here we go. Boom. It says all available North, Northeast, and East African data, and it's 641 samples. Is that good enough for you, brother?
640 samples. I mean, I guess we're gonna have to roll with it. We got 640. He outdid the 32, y'all. So we're gonna roll. You should have pulled this one first. So we're gonna roll with it, y'all. Go ahead, read it out, brother.
No, I was just showing you that most of these people are Eurasian in these sample sets. You follow?
Yeah, okay, and that's out to 640. And they did the genetic testing and all that stuff.
Yeah, for the female lineage, the mother's mother.
So what do you think? They grabbed like a bunch of old ladies, or I guess it's young Berber girls, I'm guessing.
Yeah, women from Egypt, Tunisia, Sudan, and then they
from all over.
Yeah, ancient Morocco and ancient Egypt.
And it shows what? It just shows that
their genetics, their haplogroups, and where they come from.
And how it changed, or how it just where it ate, and that's where it came from.
And the crazy part, where you can put like ancient Egypt to modern Egypt.
You said what?
when you compare the samples from ancient Egypt to modern Egypt,
What's up? What it look like?
the Eurasian women, you still see a continuity between the Eurasian women that are there today and Egypt. So they've been there a long time, is what I'm trying to show you.
Yeah, it go like that. I just told you that it definitely hits like that in history because the first thing they say they did was, I believe they say they go to Irish, Asia, and Europe. Yeah, like that's the them the first stops. And then not to mention Spain too, though. That's a little later in time, but you forget about Spain.
Well, this paper ain't worried about this. This is about Northeast Africa.
Okay, so they got the samples from across Africa out of Hot 640.
Yeah, Northeast Africa.
I mean, it ain't like they went up in the tribes and snatched the motherfucking elder out that motherfucker and grabbed the DNA. But I guess,
I'm pretty sure if they grab the elder, that DNA is most likely going to be Eurasian too, because again, Eurasian ancestry is high in these regions.
Right. Yeah, it's always high in the north. I mean, it's high because it's connected back then, right? Or it was just close.
Exactly.
And
maybe
then
maybe you need to have a discussion with Ruben.
I mean, that's what you're talking about mixing, though. Like I said, it's still mixing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, this simple mixing, like, your daughter, your kids don't have the same DNA you got. I mean, y'all got DNA similarity. They still got their own individual DNA.
That's how we know the Berbers are not the Tafara people. That's how we know they don't have the same DNA, bro.
I mean, well, we'd have to go more into it.
But
I mean, because we know the Berber DNA is far. You know how far the Berber DNA stretched?
Yeah.
Like, that one's literally in a whole lot of places. Like, they even got them motherfuckers in Ireland, Irish.
Yeah, I get that.
So apparently, even they founded Ireland.
I get that, bro.
But Asia also, though. But even Asia, though. I mean, y'all are pulling DNA papers. I can pull out a whole lot of scientific stuff against y'all stuff.
Against what?
Like, I can. But I know y'all love them haplogroups and all that good stuff. But you got to remember, that's just a test that they took off a certain amount of people.
Well, you said you need more than 100, and I gave you a test that test.
Yeah, no, you did that. I'm proud of you, brother. Now I asked. So is that considered, I guess, a scientific law? Is that a scientific fact? What you're presenting?
This is a fact, bro. This is a fact.
Right, and those 640 people. That's what the results came back. The results are a fact as far as the information that they're putting into it to compute it.
It's a fact, bro. It is a fact.
I mean, at least you came with 2023, right? You came with the new millennium information, so that's what's up.
All right, so you got to tell Ruben that you know what I'm saying, he was wrong, man.
I got you, man. We gonna cut the clip. We can cut the clip. Have them sweet spots where we are. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. And you gotta try to test it.
Look at ancient Morocco. They got haplogroup U, T, X, K, and J. That's all Eurasian. All Eurasian women for ancient Moroccans. You agree with that?
But you gotta remember, like when they're starting off, how they're kicking off to where they're starting off in history. They're starting after the mix. They're not starting out. They're not starting from before that. They're starting after the mixing happens.
So, but ancient Morocco, we talking about 15,000 years ago. They already had the Eurasian women.
That's nothing compared to 300,000, though.
Yeah, but we're not discussing 300,000. We're discussing ancient Morocco.
I mean, I feel you though. I mean, on your marker, you're going off your marker that from when they classified it, from when they was able to obtain the information, and then look at it and break it down some more and do a little bit of scientific dissection. I completely understand you, brother.
All right, cool. So now you understand that the Tafara people are not Berbers.
I gotta look into that. I mean, I give you that. I mean, if you want, I just know the Berber language is bigger than y'all's language, right? The script is bigger than y'all's stuff. The history and information is a whole lot more, goes further back than y'all's. But if you want to start at 1500 for your people, though, I mean, is that what y'all was arguing?
No, between you and I, when you got on the call, remember we was talking about it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you're saying they're completely different. There's no type of nothing to connect them to Berbers. Is that what you're claiming? Right? Yep.
For the most part, yeah, the male side, especially the male side.
Oh, well, definitely the Pale. Yeah, I give them the Pale side because the Pale side is, like I said, that's way down, way. Like there's so much stuff that's going down in between all this shit, plus the trading, then not to mention you queuing slaving, you throw that in there, and then you think about who's running who and whoever was able to get all the information and the scripts and the scrolls, who had the colleges first, who built the first water aqueducts. It's just so much in the history. But I feel I can look into it a little more. You got the Tafariq, right?
The Tafara, yeah.
Tafara. Do they predate the Fulani?
Of course.
Okay. What about
the Fulani is 3,000 years old.
I feel that. I mean, I'd have to literally look into it a little more before I can just give you the full green light. I just like I said, I just have to do a little dissecting on it, just see what type of what exactly is all. Is there a lot of information for them?
Of course, there's a lot of papers written on the top.
So who did it say they traded with? Who did the Tafariq trade with, or who did they exchange cultures with?
That right there, I can't answer.
Then we gotta ask that. We go look it up. What is the Google gonna say?
We can't Google everything.
Interactions with, right?
A lot of this stuff you gotta read, bro.
You gotta read.
Yeah.
You talking about the books again?
Yes, bro. Read a book.
But I can't know if that book accurate, brother. Because a lot of people, when they was doing that stuff, they didn't have the right credentials. They were going off, and like I said, they're going off plus they're going off the Near East migration and all that in the Central. Their stuff isn't accurate. The Jebel Erhu, all this time, everybody been looking at Egypt, but they should have been looking at Morocco. That's why we're barely getting to this stuff, because they just now starting to scratch the surface.
Okay. Hold on, man. I want to show you that Berber language again.
Well, it's tricky, dog. It's not just. It's not always case closed. But I'm pretty sure though he's going off the Near East. Yeah, his stuff is out of date though. Didn't he pull like out of 07 or something like that?
Yeah, and I told you like.
Yeah, I know y'all pulled them old maps that y'all been using for like 10 years back. That's how I know a lot of that stuff be inaccurate.
All right, so hold on, man. I'm trying to make this shit blow.
You gotta remember now. You gotta remember why your starting point is at 300,000 now.
Dang, I should have read this one to you. They got Proto Berber going back 1500 BC.
No, they go back before all. No, you have no idea.
Then they got Proto Berber going back 1500 BC in this book right here.
Oh, that's a point for me, yo. So at least that matches up with your people, though, right? Don't that match up to your history now, right?
No, it doesn't. 1500 BC, 1500, not 15,000 BC, 1500.
Oh, I know. That's where they putting it at.
Yeah.
And where they at when they say that?
Hold on. I'm about to show you. I'm trying to increase the damn font so y'all can see it.
No, you good, man. We got a nice little bill going on.
Yeah, but I want to be able to see because the pictures are small. Yeah, I can't make it bigger.
This is not a battle, y'all. This is an open discussion.
Yeah, it's an open discussion.
The guns are down, everybody. The guns are down. So don't be trying to come with all the extra whoopty whoopty wop.
What's the extra whoopty wop?
Oh boy, no, thinking it could be so much bubblegum bull. You have no idea. They'll swear up and down. Hey, you know what? Just on this video alone, they'll be like, "Oh, you checked me and put up 100 points on me just on this one video alone." They'll be like, "You scored a high record of showing out."
No, anybody saying I appreciate you coming out, man.
That's what they would say. That's what they gonna tell. That's what they gonna. If I piss them off, or they already pissed. That's what they gonna come with. They gonna say, "Oh man, oh boy schooled you the other day. He schooled you on everything." I just be like, okay, whatever. I don't even be sweating most of that shit.
I can't make this map any bigger, but the map is showing you that it started around 1500 BC, according to this book right here.
For the Berber?
Yeah, Proto-Berber.
Now that's saying now, but didn't the other stuff put them at 3000 BC, right?
Where did the other one put it, E3?
5000 BC or even 20,000, right? Or at least 15,000.
I think it was 5000 BC, 7,000 years ago, something like that. I can't remember.
That's what I'm saying. That's a prime example of what I mean when we be playing with these numbers and we be playing in these books. You know what I'm saying? It be all over the place.
Well, the people use different methods. So whatever method they use.
Well, it's not only different methods, it's different theories. They're just theories.
All right, so I'm gonna read it to you.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so this is Burial's.
What year is it, bro?
Oh damn! This book is, when did Burials and Migrations come out? I get it for you. Hold on.
We gotta look up the author's credentials, see what's up with him, make sure he ain't no crazy person.
Oh hell no! I don't read books like that, man. No.
You never know, brother. I'm just saying, hey, you know what?
Cambridge University.
I pulled out a science article one time, and they messed around and found some dirt on my scientists.
So they did an ad hom.
Well, not an ad hom. I mean, they just found some dirt to kind of assassinate his character and throw a little shade. But I mean, it was like some adultery type stuff. It was just him getting his rocks off.
Who cares?
I'm like, what's expected for a professor to sleep with college girls? Like, that's like 30% of being a whole professor is the student.
It came out February 2019.
February 2019. All right, proceed.
All right, so summing up linguistic proposals on Berber history.
Linguistic proposals. Linguistic proposals.
Yeah.
Not facts. Not law. They're telling you. I'm just like, you got to slow down when you read it. They're letting everybody know this is the best whatever evidence or information or guess or theory that they came up with so far is what he's reading. But go ahead now. Go ahead.
All right, so it says the evidence presented to this point identifies three deep sub-branches of the Berber branch of Afro-Asiatic families of Naga, Cable, East, West, Amazigh.
So the Naga is a Berber. So the Naga speak Berber is a branch of the Berber.
No, Zay Naga. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's
the Naga Nagas, right? Yeah, they got the Naga Berbers.
Not the Naga, not the people on Facebook calling themselves Naga. Zay Naga.
Yeah, no, they got the Zanaga Nagas though. They got the Zanaga Berbers.
Okay, all right, cool. So we go.
Yeah, they in the same area too. They in the same region, except the Berber stuff predates all that. But it's they almost got they definitely got like identical history. But they're definitely in some of the same areas. So and like I said, once I saw the Naga Berbers, that definitely is the connection. But they go even deeper than that. But go ahead though.
So it says that the Zanaga with the lowest cognition figures of all, reaching 31 and 34% with geographically distant languages of the branch, constitutes one primary sub-branch. This is the primary sub-branch, Amazigh, divided and turned into two sub-branch, East, West Amazigh, and Cable. With the low cognition range between
Hold on,
geographic.
slow down right there. Slow down right there. So you just said that the Amazigh is a parent language?
The sister primary sub branch, Amazigh.
The primary sub-branch from, and that's coming from where? What's the one above it? What is sub from? What's the primary?
Hold on. The sub branches of the Berber branch of Afroasiatic. Yeah.
We don't. Guessing that's from the hieroglyphs. I'm guessing.
No,
Or from
no,
this. From
no. It had nothing to do with hieroglyphs. Just where the languages descend from. Proto-Berber.
right. Okay.
All right. So it says here with the low cognition range between geographically distant languages at 46% with a median 41 presents the overall classification. This linguistic descent tree portrays a history in which Proto-Berber diverged first into ancient ancestral Zanaga and Proto-Amazigh. A range of cognate counts for Zanaga.
Well, hold on. So it said it came before the ancient, right?
Ancient ancestral Zanaga.
But it said the Berber came before the ancient, right?
Yeah, Proto-Berber diverged first into ancient Zanaga and Proto-Amazigh. I mean, it's split into these two languages.
Oh, I like it. Keep going.
Right, and this is according to this book, it's 1500 BC. Do you like it?
I mean, it's still like, I mean, it can still get out source though.
A range of cognate counts for Zanaga, mostly in the 30s, reaching below 30% with geographically more distant languages, suggests that the initial divergence began in the second millennium BC. Yeah, they're saying
So they're basically saying the learning curve, kind of, right? Or when languages are really sprouting out, I guess what they're saying.
Yes. So when the Proto-Berber language first started, that's what they're saying. And when it split into these two languages, it was around the second millennium BC. That's 4,000 years ago, around that area. And
okay, so we have
yeah, it says probably before mid-millennium and perhaps early in the first half of the millennium. The first divergence produced the communities ancestral to the Zanaga, whose histories, as far as known, played out entirely in Western Berber areas.
in Berber areas. All right, keep going. Keep going.
So you notice it's saying that this language came around 4,000 years ago, bro. That's what it's saying.
Yeah, it's saying when they got a hold of it, or when they are, as far as they know, that's the earliest they've been able to trace it. That's what it's saying.
Yes. Oh, they're cooking now, bro. We cooking.
You're right. Like you got to know how the history and how they write it up, how they type it. You know what I'm saying? So but they don't have the origins. I mean, but they already showed you stuff from the Afro-Asiatic though.
Yeah.
And then it's a major branch on top of that.
Right. The other branches.
Listen, not only is it a major branch, this branch has been out for a long time.
Yeah, 4,000 years is a long time, but it ain't 15,000 years, bro. Like I'll tell you at the beginning of the video. You know what I'm saying? But it says some centuries later, probably around 1000 BC, a second divergence took place with Proto-Amazigh divergent into the ancient ancestral form of Cable on the one hand and Proto-East-West Amazigh language on the other. The second period of diversion gave rise to both Western and Eastern population. The ancestral communities of Cable speakers probably in the Eastern or Central Maghreb and the Proto-East-West Amazigh.
But you got to remember, though, this is a proposal, and they're going off oral, and then they're trying to pick it up off the ground from when the information finally was kind of getting dropped or the history started being recorded. So you don't know how long ahead of time that they've been at this language.
Wait, what?
I'm telling you, like they're going. It's oral. They're going off the written, right? Because they're going off the scripts.
Oh, that's even before the strip. The strip. Remember the strip. The evidence of the strip is not older than. I think someone said 6th century. And I had pulled a source that said 4th century, but someone put in the chat that they had some evidence of 6th century strip of Berbers. BC.
I want to give you a bunch of stuff, but I'm saving all this stuff for debates. I can't give you all my goods because I know I already gave you too much. I'm saving a lot of this ammo for some debates coming up. But
What topics are you trying to debate?
I got a few things lined up. Like I go in with like you barely kind of scratching the surface, and you seeing how the numbers are jumping around, right?
Okay, yeah. People use different methods. They come to different conclusions. Yeah.
And then you see how where the Berber language spreads at, right?
Yeah.
And you would kind of say those are major areas that they're talking about where a lot of history and things are going down, right?
Yeah, just like anywhere else in the world, there's history happening.
But there's only one group of people that have a really, really strong history. That are not only do they have a really strong history, they're predating a lot of stuff.
But we talking about the 4th century. This ain't really predating a lot of things. This is 4,000 years ago.
I mean, that's just talking about the script, though, right?
No, it's not the script. The language itself.
Right. Well, I mean, but the languages are all based off a script.
Yeah. Well, no.
So
if we don't have the script, then no. Language, spoken language comes before writing.
Well, the tongue.
Say what now?
You're talking about a tongue dialect. But they needed the. So you saying the language came out before the script?
The spoken language, yeah. All languages, the spoken version came out before the writing did.
Well, I won't even say it like that. I'll say it like they had language. People already had language. They just somebody had to. Let's just say the high priest or somebody had to educate everybody else on languages because not everybody had language. I said not everybody had mathematics. Not everybody was travelers. Not everybody was educated like that. Everybody else in history, when you look at their education, is lower level. They wasn't doing nothing major when it comes to the education.
You know, there's no writing for this example. Not to get off topic. In one time, there's no writing. They were speaking. They still were able to communicate with each other, but there's no writing.
Right, because they kept it oral. That's another thing. They got them oral traditions.
Okay.
It's orally passed down. And then you gotta kind of have to be, I guess, on the in-house, like cool with them just to get the proper information about them. Then not to mention there's so many different freaking languages that they done broke it down into.
All right, but I think we're getting off track. All I'm saying is, according to this source here, from Cambridge University, the
proposal.
Got you. The Proto-Berber language could be dated back to, within the last 4,000 years.
Pull up another source and see what if you get another one to match it.
Avery, you there? Let's see if I get my brother Avery. I'm gonna get my brother Avery to do it. Avery.
I mean, but you is at 2023, so I guess you is pretty good. But if you could just get like maybe one more source to match up with that one, like one that's not a proposal, because it's telling you that's a proposal. So it's basically saying like this is just the best idea we done came up with so far.
Okay. I don't see.
I mean, they look through the evidence. Huh?
Yeah, they do look through the evidence. You should buy this book.
You silly, you need to cut that nigga said I should buy this book.
This is a good ass book, bro. This is
that's a novel. Is the book is it supposed to be scientific law in the book, or is it just scientific theories?
It's scientific. Nah, it ain't theory. They going over archaeology, anthropology, skulls, bones, paleontology, all of that. Papyrology, tribal culture, all of that, bro. This book covers a lot of ground. It talks about the Garamantes, the trade routes all throughout the Sahara, the different communities that existed during that time, the Oasis culture, bro. This is a treasure trove.
Really?
Treasure, bro. I'm telling you, go buy this book, bro.
And that's 22. Right? Who made the book?
A couple people got together and put this information together. This is not one author.
Couple people.
Yeah. Cambridge University, bro.
Cambridge University.
Yes, sir.
And the test and the results were, and the test was about just haplogroups or the study.
No, this don't got nothing to do with haplogroups. This is more dealing with the material culture, the language, the migrations of the people. And
Right.
focus a lot on the cartography. They'll talk about West Africans, early West Africans, stuff of that nature. It covers
Right. In the book.
Yeah, it covers a lot of ground, bro. Berbers, like we're reading right now. The technology that they were using and where that technology came from. Like Ruben, he would have a heart attack. Ruben would have a heart attack if he read this book because a lot of the technology and stuff they talk about comes from Southwest Asia into Africa.
Oh, really? Oh, Southwest Asia into Africa?
Yeah, where irrigation and shit come from.
But they started, so they go to Africa, then they go to Asia, then come back.
Yeah. Hey, Ivory, can you show him another language map? Because he said he wanted to see another time frame for Berber, Proto-Berber. This book is scanned within the fourth millennium or the second millennium. He wants date. That's a good one too, bro.
This is the Levantine origin.
Break that one down. Break that one down. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Yeah, so Afro-Asiatic could have originated with the Levantine people known as the Natufians and groups such as the Berbers with a sprung from a Levantine population. Because there's some interpretations that EM 35 could have formed in the Levant or at least somewhere in northeastern Africa, and Berbers would have kind of sprung from Northeast Africans migrating westward into a Northwest Africa. And again, this would happen like 10 to 9,000 years ago. It depends on the dates, or even less than that. But I can probably try to pull up more maps. Hold on. And there's obviously, I already showed this one too. This is the Horn of Africa origin. But let me see if I can find something new.
The Horn of Africa origin.
Hey, G2, what do you want? You said you wanted dates or something like that. There's this. This has dates. Berber. Let me see. Where is it? Yeah, Berber is 6 through 5,000 BCE. That's when it formed. Proto-Berber specifically. Proto-Berbers formed 6 to 5,000 BCE. So yeah. And here's another chart. I don't know if Jashub showed this. He may have showed this, but here's another chart. And it shows Proto-Berber, Proto-Chato-Berber. It's about 10,000 years before present. Hey, Jashub, you there? Because I want to know why. I want to know why we're talking about this again. Is my mic working? Hello.
Yeah, I mean that's your project. That's a projection. That's a simulation from the model, I guess. Are you aware of that?
I got to read and see how this particular person came up to came to this.
Yeah, it says it's a simulation. It says I guess it's some model or something.
I don't know if I can trust.
Oh, 2014. You on 2014 Britannica?
Yeah, this is from Britannica. But it's from
Yeah,
a
you might
book.
want to
The
try to
image is
pull.
originally
You want to
the
pull
image
a
is
little
from
further than that.
the image
You want to
is
go 2018? Find 2018 or 2020 language.
well hold up now, because when it comes to the image, it's actually from a book, the actual image.
Right, from 2014.
I gotta see. There's actually a good video that
The,
actually
the
breaks it down.
more up to date one that I just read had it within 4,000 years. It's even
You see,
younger.
I'm going to play this video because maybe we need to visualize the migration of these human populations. I'm going to move this comment real quick, and I'm going to show you all this video. And we're protected under fair use copyright for educational purposes because, as we can clearly see, this is important to education. So this
This a
clearly
YouTube clip.
this is a migration map using information from linguists as to how the how people would have traveled and traversed Africa with the Afroasiatic language family. So here we go. So you can see Proto-Afroasiatic is in the Horn of Africa and is dated to 10,000 years ago. This is according to Blench. This is what I mean they're using linguists. So this is from Blench. It says, according to Blench, the Proto-Afroasiatic language was spoken 10,000 years ago in southwestern Ethiopia. And let me go back a little bit, actually. Hold on. See 8,000 BC up there on the screen. Then 7,050. All right, so I'm not going to keep saying it, but you can basically see it migrating northward from the Horn of Africa towards the Red Sea. And then it splits to northern Afroasiatic and southern Afroasiatic about 5,000 BCE.
And what year is this from?
This is from Robert Blench. And it's
what year?
I have to find the year, but it's likely from. We have several books actually, so I have to look at the description and see if they put the book. Anyways, there's Proto-Afroasiatic split into northern and southern branch 7,500 years ago. All right, so let's keep looking. And so from northern African Afroasiatic, or excuse me, from African North Afroasiatic, you got the Semitic. From the southern Afroasiatic, got Cushitic and Omotic. And then boom, splits into Chato-Berber, somewhere in northeastern Africa. I think this is Libya. And we see the Berber. And by the way, oops, let me go back. By the way, this is 4,000 BCE, Chato-Berber. And again, I'm assuming y'all are still on the question of who's older, Turfrault or the Turfrault or the Berbers. And clearly the Berbers are younger because the Berbers are all the way over here in Northeast Africa in 4,000 BC, but the Turfrault population is all the way over here in Northwest Africa 15,000 years ago.
Okay, so
they're coming
okay.
into, the Berbers are migrating towards Morocco. They did not just originate in Morocco, they're migrating towards Morocco.
But your oldest origins, but your starting point is Morocco, though, correct? So you just took them. You took them out of Morocco, even though you started in Morocco, but you just took them out of Morocco.
Wait, hold on. Give me a quick second. And no, that's not what I said. The Turfrault population were already in Morocco before the Berbers arrived. But anyways, here is, according to Christopher Ehret. According to Christopher Ehret, the Proto-Afroasiatic was distributed along the eastern coast of the Red Sea. So this is Proto-Afroasiatic near the Red Sea. 15,000 BCE. I don't know if you can see that, but 15,000 BCE. So by the way, if Proto-Afroasiatic is near the Mediterranean Sea, 15,000 BCE, the Turfrault population are already over here in Morocco 15,000 years ago. So again, no correlation in terms of the language family. Turfrault was
so
the language.
Let me break down what you're reading. I don't think you understand what you're reading. What you're reading is the Near East expansion point, correct?
I just said Red Sea.
And you're representing the East though. You're saying your origins come from the East, and then they go to the West, is what you just said, right?
Bro, when did I talk about my specific origins at all in this conversation?
I'm just going off of you. So those are your Pacific origins now. Okay, I'm just telling you, you're starting from the East, right?
I'm saying, oh my goodness, bro. I'm said according to Christopher Ehret, his model.
Okay, he's starting from the East. That makes no sense when civilization is on the West.
You need to provide evidence for that.
Your linguistics guy is going to tell you where the origins of all these people come, how all these languages come from, right?
If you're gonna butt against what the experts say, then you need to provide evidence to support your theory.
I mean, you really haven't showed me nothing. You put out a YouTube video.
Again, it's based off Christopher Ehret's work.
Show the article then. Why are you on a YouTube video when we can't? Can we get an article? Can we get a scientific source?
I mean, Jashoop's been showing you that pretty much all day, but give me a second. I can actually probably get the book.
Yeah, he's been showing me proposals, estimates, and theories.
What have you provided as evidence in this entire conversation?
He's the one showing me stuff. What you mean? What I provided?
What papers have you shown? What books have you shown? Have you read anything tonight? Have you showed us and gave us names of any professors?
Is that what I'm here for? I could have sworn we was going over this haplogroup stuff.
You said civilization began in the West, which really that's not even important. But you can't even provide evidence.
That's not important. That's not important. So you know what? We could just leave it at that, bro. It's not important. You know you're at 300,000, but you want to run over here to the horn. And supposedly I'm supposed to forget about just 300,000 and say everything starts in the horn.
You're just pontificating. Provide evidence.
I'm showing you a scientific contradiction. You're claiming the East.
You are pontificating. Provide evidence.
No, I'm exposing simple logic.
Fellas, would y'all debate what y'all just said about civilization starting in the West?
Ooh,
would that be a debate topic? You would Silky would willing to take? Would you take that debate topic? The civilization started in West Africa or Northwest Africa. I think you said that, if I'm hearing you right.
Definitely.
You would debate that? What about you, Ivory?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay. All right, cool. So
I have to have time to do it.
Oh, I forgot he's still in school. What's a good time, bro?
I gotta think because classes are gonna be starting up soon again.
You good, man? I don't worry about that right now.
No, I still will do it. I gotta look at my schedule. I'm gonna have to look at that.
All right.
No, you're good. We can make it a nice little discussion or something. We'll tone it down a little bit. We ain't gotta make it a debate. I mean, we could.
I don't mind a debate. I just gotta look at my schedule, like I said.
Yeah, me too. I mean, you got some time. I ain't gonna rush it right now.
Yeah, so
we debate right now about this. I'm ready right now.
But y'all not at y'all computers, y'all ain't got your stuff together, whatever. So.
Yeah, you not ready showing me 2014 and and all stuff that is going off the Near East concept.
So, but to be clear, the topic you guys would be debating would be: does civilization start in Northwest Africa?
Yep.
That part. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. So we just wanted to document that. So whenever you guys figure out a good time, we know what we're discussing. But anyway, didn't mean to break you guys' momentum.
I mean, I kind of had that for some more juicier stuff. You know, I kind of had some more juicier things to do with that stuff. But I guess we could, we'll get it in.
All right, cool. Yeah. Make that happen.
These things I'm gonna be driving. I plan on killing a few people with this stuff, so I can't just be giving out everything. I gotta give it out little by little.
Yeah. So I think it'd be a good debate, man. Where civilization started, did it start in Northwest Africa? And you'll be arguing the affirmative, right?
I'm repping the West. I'm repping Northwest. He repping East, I guess.
And then Ivry, you'll be arguing the negative.
But how are you gonna argue that, bro? If the oldest stuff is in Morocco, how are you even gonna like?
Oh, y'all want to just spitball discuss it right now?
I mean, I'm not tripping. I'm just saying the origins should be a case closed, right?
The cradle of civilization is in the Middle East. That's what.
Oh no, I wouldn't call. That's way later. That's way later in time. Whatever.
Yeah, like, civilization is in the Near East.
You say what?
I said that's the facts of the cradle of civilization is in the Near East, and that's what
I wouldn't say that. The cradle of civilization is in the Near East.
That's what I'll be arguing.
All right, I guess.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good debate, man. I think that's a fresh title too. I don't think I ever seen anybody on YouTube.
Yeah, you're right. That is a topic that needs to be done. You're right. You're definitely right.
All right. Yeah, we can get that set up, man. Just find out a good time for Ivry. He is in school right now, so in college. So.
We're gonna do it on a Friday. We're gonna do it on a Friday. Maybe you know what? Let me think. Maybe let's go a second Friday of the new year, of January. You good on Friday?
Second Friday of the year.
Let's see what
That's the 10th.
The 10th. Gotta see what I'm doing that day.
That's a 10. Hey man, that's a fresh title right there, man.
That's a fresh title.
Yeah, because a lot of people they debate the same shit over and over and over again. It's something.
Yeah, I know. All right, yeah, I know. I've been watching. Yeah, that is a pretty fire little topic.
Yep.
Because a lot of people got the misconception and things like that. So it definitely could be. I mean, we can look at the evidence on both sides. Ain't no thing.
Yeah. Let's get it cracking, man. Let me write this title down so I remember it.
It's just hold on. Is origins? Well, human origins, the northwest or northeast, right? Or east, west or east Africa?
No, does civilization start in Northwest Africa?
Right. Okay.
The civilization.
Say the civilization originate from West Africa. I'd rather that be the title.
Does civilization originate?
If that's okay with
in Northwest Africa. All right. Ivry versus All right, I got it. I got it noted on my phone.
I'm thinking I'm thinking of something else as well.
What?
The civilization originate and spread from West Africa.
I think the title is good. Does it originate in Northwest Africa?
Hey, Slick, what's his name? Slicky?
Silky.
Silky. Do you
What
believe
up?
civilization begins and spread from West Africa?
I told you I'd be right back. Just have to go look at that car.
Begins and spreads.
Yeah. The civilization is the origin of civilization in West Africa and spreads from West Africa. Do you believe that?
Well, if the origins are there, how else you gonna spread out?
All right. Let's change the title to Does civilization originate and spread from West Africa?
Originate and spread from West Africa?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can run that. I'm cool with that. That give you a little more room to play around with.
No. I just want to be really specific. I like specific stuff, so I just want to really be specific.
I hear that.
Y'all changing the title again?
Yeah.
Y'all, don't say y'all, say him.
We're finalized on this last title. Does civilization originate and spread from West Africa?
And spread from.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go back to my notes. Originate and spread. And spread from Northwest Africa? Or are you just saying, because I thought he was saying Northwest Africa.
Were you saying Northwest or just West? I don't.
I mean Northwest. Northwest.
Okay, Northwest, yeah.
All right, I got that saved, man. Don't change it again, 'cause I got to write it all over again.
You're using the horn, right? And I'm using the other side.
No, I'm not using the horn.
I mean, I'm just saying. I don't care what you use.
I ain't telling you what I'm using.
That's fine.
Hey, what you eating on, man? Let me get some of that, bro. You right up the street.
It's just a New York pizza, man. Baby got me a pizza, man. It's just a pizza.
Oh, hell yeah. You fold it up?
That old New York. You silly ass. He said you folded it up. Nah, I ain't folded it up.
Oh, shoot. My God, New York pizza, man. H-Town. Like JJ he got a live stream calling us out.
Really?
Yeah.
He told me he's streaming right now. He did hit me up.
Yeah, he's streaming right now. So I'm like,
oh man, let me go over and see what the hell going on.
Yeah, go over there. I'm gonna shut this one down. We'll go see what they talking about. Jump on there.
That's a bet, man. Good bill, brothers, man. It was just a little open discussion, man. Nothing too serious.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. You the only brother from that group. Who else? Don't give me lying. I think you're the only one that came on here.
Probably.
Yeah. I appreciate it, man. Much love, man. H-Town.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Real talk.
For you to jump on. Most people are too afraid to jump on. Always.
Yeah. I'm gonna go see what JJ them talking about. So I'm gonna shut this.
You didn't want to like stream it here or make a new stream or just what? Do it privately or what?
Well, I might have to jump on a panel because they calling us out.
Oh, it's JJ who? I don't JJ 7000 or
yeah, but he not calling us out, but Ruben them again. I'm gonna go see what they say.
I'll jump on too. I mean,
yeah. You know, Ruben. Oh my God.
You have to send me the link, by the way.
It's another level of idiocy. He could wait till tomorrow, but I'll send you the link, bro. I'll send it in the group. I'm gonna shut this one down. Hold on.
Okay.
We can come out this joint proper, man. Appreciate everybody, y'all. Peace.
I'm about my fitty ball. Look here, I be on the paper chase. I'm all about my cheddar. I ain't touching the mic if it ain't 5G's or better. I plan to never fall short. Again, I won't gain. Boy, I'ma tell you, no pain, no gain. I hustle hard for what I want. That's how I get it. I struggle hard, and if it's out there, I'm gon' get it. If you see Ciamara, a $sign on the CD, somewhere on there you'll see featuring the BG. Me and my nigga B, like Suge and Pop, we getting our shine on all the way to the top. Look, ain't no stopping us, boy, don't try. When you hear once, it ain't no secret you going by. You could lie about this, stunt about that. You can't die these 50 shots, I'm out the red tat. Ain't nothing changed, still a bust a wig splitter. Straight hustle for my cheese, I'm a money go get about my paper, my cheese. So before my eyes close, I want my green to add up to 6 zeros. Get your betty nigga, somebody play a hate split 'em. Get your betty nigga, somebody play a hate kill 'em. I'm about my paper, my cheese. So before my eyes close, I want my green to add up to 6 zeros. Get your betty nigga, somebody play a hate split 'em. Get your betty nigga, somebody play a hate kill 'em. It's all about Benjamins, that's all I wanna have. Ducked off in my house with a hoe taking a bubble bath. Sparkling marble, covering all my room floors. A maid in a bathing suit doing my house chores. Do not disturb sign on my bedroom door, cause my dick getting ate by my #1 whore. Look, I'm money hungry, about acting a donkey. No longer a junkie, I got rid of that monkey. I'm cheeky, I don't want you fucking with my shit. My neck and my knuckles covered with crushed out shit. Sparkling gold cover my motherfucking grill. Pockets filled with big head $100 bills. Fucking up this rap game with these wicked rap skills. And ain't far from making G's to making meals. I'm a trill BG, uptown hard hitter. On the real, my nigga, I'm a money go get about my paper, my cheese. So before my eyes close, I want my green to add up to 6 zeros. Get your betty nigga, somebody play a hate split 'em. Get your betty nigga, somebody play a hate kill 'em. About my paper, my cheese. So before my eyes close, I want my green to add up to 6 zeros. Get your betty nigga, somebody play a hate split 'em. Get your betty nigga, somebody try to stop you, kill 'em. Oh, I gotta get it, gotta grab it, gotta have it. Like snorting dope or snorting coke, it's a habit. I gotta see it, gotta feel it, quick to spin it. Shoot dice all day with my niggas trying to win it. I rap hustle, cause I'm a hustling ass nigga. Also a get told about busting some ass nigga. So you could play with me about my cheese, you gotta go fool. In a casket, 6 BDs, selling tapes and CDs like selling pick 3s. Ring up a million sales, we didn't hit the lottery. I'm a Benjamin chaser, player hater eraser. Police have no case cause I do murders without a trace. I'm almost at home, I didn't pass third base. I'm playing with 5 figures, but when I get 6, I'm straight. If I catch your bitch down bad, I'ma hit her. Paper chasing nigga, BG, a money go get about my paper, my cheese. So before my eyes close, I want my green to add up to 6 zeros. Get your betty nigga, somebody play a hate split 'em. Get your betty nigga, somebody try to stop you, kill 'em. I'm about my paper, my cheese. So before my eyes close, I want my green to add up to 6 zeros. Get your betty nigga, somebody play a hate split 'em. Get your betty nigga, somebody try to stop you, kill 'em. I'm about my betty nigga, I'm about my betty, by all means necessary. I'm about my betty nigga.